What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? I'm the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Wardlow here.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Wow. I guess Marv's passed out again. This is a birthday. So welcome, my friends, to another, episode 1 of Wrestling on the Rocks. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Really nothing, because you really don't watch AEW because there's nothing great. But anyways, so I'm your host, Ms. Amanda Jane. As per usual, guess who I have with me today? Oh, Ref Marsh.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Yes. He's still salty about that Padres thing.
That was some bullshit. I've got the pregame right here because they're about to go again tonight. That was some bullshit.
That is some bullshit. Honestly, I don't like the Giants. They're cheaters. I've always thought that they were cheaters. But that's just my personal opinion. But if any of you do know me, I don't have a team anymore. I did. I will again if they actually might come back. But you never know. I just think that, in my opinion, again, Vegas needs to have their own team. Because look how fucking hockey, everyone loves the fucking Vegas Knights. And the only money the Raiders make for them is from the visiting teams. Raider fans do not go see the Raiders in Vegas. And A's fans will not go see the A's in Las Vegas. There you go. So, anywho's.
Where are the Athletics now?
They're in Sacramento.
Sacramento. Jesus.
Yes, they are not the Sacramento Athletics. They're just the Athletics. I swear to God, WrestleMania next year, if there's fucking Las Vegas Athletics shit, I'm going to burn it. I will go to jail for that. I will burn it.
Funny. Dude, their teams are all so weird and stuff. We were just looking it up because I was, producer lady grew up in Anaheim. And so she remembers the Anaheim Angels and was talking about that. And I was all like, I don't remember them being Anaheim. It was a small window, you know what I mean? So I looked up their thing, and they were Anaheim twice. They were California. They were LA, like, but they've always been the Angels. But they just keep switching. And then they were Anaheim Angels, and then for a while they were California Anaheim Angels.
Yeah.
And so it was it's just so weird. Why can't these teams just fucking
I want
have a
to
name?
say one of the times they started was when the fucking Mighty Ducks of Anaheim came around.
That's funny.
So I think I don't care what people say. They're still the fucking Mighty Ducks to me. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Still same thing to me. But yeah. So yeah. But so you guys just know that's Marsha's other gig, doing some baseball shit. But that's some shady shit. So I will say this. Another thing I want to, speaking of the Giants. Okay. So they at West Coast Pro have done like a Giants themed show. Did I go? Fuck no, that's not my shit. I know you're based out of San Francisco, so whatever. But now, all of a sudden, they're doing this Oakland A's shit. Okay, like the fucking poster is green and gold. The fucking A and the thing is the fucking A's logo. I'm like, you know what? Eat two dicks. Okay, you could have done this last year. You had plenty of time, but now it's salt in the wounds. And I will say this: a lot of the fans who do go to West Coast Pro, I would say for every one Giants fan or Giants hat you see 4 Oakland A's shirt, Oakland Athletics ones. And yes, I will not wear anything that doesn't say Oakland. I will not buy any more merchandise. I'll only wear the ones that say Oakland in that Athletics font.
That's awesome.
I will wear my Hello Kitty, just my Hello Kitty hat. The hat.
I may have eaten questionable fish, just so you know.
No. Just saying. But anyways, so yeah. So you know what? Let's start with our favorite game.
Maybe I'll get lucky and get a tapeworm.
I've
got just a little. If I get lucky and end up with a tapeworm, I lose some weight.
Oh, I wish.
You know what I mean? Like I would hold on to it for as long as I could, and then when I hit my goal weight, then I'd be like, all right, now I got to see a doctor.
There you go. Well, bubonic plague is back apparently. So.
Oh, that's good. We need a new plague.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I got a little whiskey and like some juice.
Okay. Juice. Whiskey and juice. Gotcha. Well, I got 2 things today. My huge Coke in a can. And I have something. This would be a great sponsored, not sponsored. But today I am doing this kind of weird route of I'm having pineapple Guajitos and Tito's. Cheers.
Tito's, nice.
In Guaritos. And I will say, if you guys shop at Target, all y'all, and you saw the people who do the deodorant and the body wash and all that, and they did a Guaritos collab just at Target, the shit smells exactly like the fucking Guaritos. Exactly.
Nice.
Just letting you know, if you're a fan. Yeah. And anyways, that's also a PSA to tell you to remember when you go to a show, soap is your friend. So is deodorant.
It's fair. I think it's a fair request.
The very fair request, because it's hot right now. Going to a show, you got to. There is no reason not to. 1 and 2. Come on now. I'm just saying. No. So, yeah. So let's run through these birthdays real quick.
Oh, yeah, we got birthdays. We got a big one today.
Yeah, we have a couple big ones, but a real big one. But I'll save that big one for last, because that's the great one. Byron Saxton, happy birthday, dude.
Oh, nice.
There's going to be in this round. A lot of British people we'll get to. And 2 Aussies. So happy birthday to my Aussie friends. Mark Davis of, I guess, what used to be Aussie Open. Honestly, I mean, I think it's probably best for Kyle Fletcher to be on his own. Mark Davis does have a prone to injury. But yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday to frickin' Mikey Nichols, part of TMDK. Happy birthday. We've got one of our friends, our Viking friends. We have Eric, the Viking, also known, if you do know him as something else, that is Raymond Rowe. Happy birthday. I don't know. I always feel bad for them. They went through so many Viking names, and it happens.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Brooks Jensen.
They're back to being war. They're like the War Raiders now.
Are they the War Raiders again? I can't keep up with that. It's like,
let me look at what it was, because they got war back in their name.
Okay, it's like, or they wars. I don't know. I'd say Warhammer, but I don't know. Well, anyways, one of my
War Machine.
War Machine.
No, that's not them.
No, War
Nope.
Machine.
Hold
Somebody
on.
else. Wait.
That's what they used to be. War Machine, War Raiders. What are they fucking going as now?
I don't know. They're just Viking dudes.
Yeah, no, back to War Raiders. Yeah, they're War Raiders
Oh,
again.
they're back to War Raiders. Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So one of my favorite divas in the storylines was Eve Torres. She had some really great shit when she did that shit with Zack Ryder and John Cena and that whole thing. She's a hosky. Girl, happy birthday. I loved all that shit.
That's funny.
I think to the test, it would stand the test of time. That's just my opinion. Another Aussie. Forgot about this guy. Slex. A casualty of the pandemic because he was signed along with Adam Brooks to ROH, and we all know what happened with that. So happy birthday, wherever you are. Trent Seven, happy birthday. Apollo Crews, happy birthday. Pac, celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. Let's see here. Who else do I got on my list that people would know and I would know? Well, you know what? Vince McMahon celebrating a birthday, so I guess happy birthday. Hey, what can I say? Another one celebrating a birthday. Kylie Ray. How long till she retires again? Just saying. Austin Gunn, one of the Ass Boys, happy birthday. They're coming back. One, and actually, I want another Aussie, but I want to talk about him a little bit later. One of our favorites, goddamn Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Tons of tsunamis for you, dude. And more Shula Fallas. I love that. I don't know why. I just fucking love that. Anyways, also celebrating a birthday. If you guys are, I don't want to say, if you know the British wrestling scene, excuse me, so sorry. There is a young gentleman who is celebrating a birthday. Luke Jacobs, happy birthday. And then I have two really big ones. This week, the brothers Uso, Jay and Jimmy, happy birthday.
That's cool.
That is really cool.
Man.
Yeah.
All the times too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eat. And congrats to Trinity and Big Jim. Congrats.
Yep.
So hold on. Woo!
Certainly not Slim Jim, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Not at all. Happy birthday. And finally, today is a special birthday from one man that I think, I don't know. I love this man. I don't know about you, but kind of sad in a way, but I'll get into that in a second. Please give a happy birthday to a man that still personally scares me. Mm-hmm. That's Gunther. WotR for some of us who knew him when. But happy birthday.
Wow.
And was there ever a photo of him chopping Phil with his hand like deeply imprinted and his tattoos going, I need that moment. Well, you guys, if you see one, send one my way. And those are our birthdays for this week. So thank you for your...
Well, and there's one more.
Marv?
No, big one. Digi.
Shut up.
That's why Digi's not here today. Digi's on a birthday dinner.
Oh my God. Okay. He didn't tell me that. He said he was going to a birthday dinner, not his birthday dinner. Did
No,
you?
it's his.
Did you?
Where is it?
Happy
Here we go.
birthday. Man, I feel horrible. Bad host.
Yeah, his birthday thing. That's what he told
Ah.
me. That's what he told me. So he's either holding out on you or lying to me.
I don't know. Either one. Y'all can find out that. I couldn't tell you. He said he was doing going to a birthday thing and someone was running tonight. I was like, what? Anyways, but yeah. So speaking of running, I thought you were going to go to Cauliflower Alley this year.
No. We decided a while back I wasn't able to make it this year, which is really a bummer because it's so cool out there. I'm seeing Roy's pictures coming through.
With the Pritchard brothers.
Yeah, both Pritchards are there. Fucking
Natty,
Santos Escobar is out there.
I
with
know
his
their
dad.
boy.
Also, like, yeah. Abdullah, Natty, TJ. It's a fucking big one.
Chris Bay.
Oh, I didn't see the picture of Chris Bay yet, but I'm not surprised. That's where I met him.
Yeah.
What is that cauliflower? Like, was it last year's?
He usually goes to every one of them if he can. So definitely, that's a big thing. But when I saw Santos, I was like, damn, why isn't Marsh there? These are all those people, Natty and and of course, with Roy gets you in that mix of everybody. So, I thought, gosh, but it looked really, really great. It looked really great. So that was happening this weekend. I thought it was great that they gave Chris Bay a special award.
Did they?
That's great. And there's one thing that is really great, and I'm not just saying because if you guys know about Cauliflower Alley, it's a whole, like Marsh could probably totally say it better than I could, but it's great how across every promotion, that the major ones that are out there in their own way, even if it's not necessarily, actually WWE did a couple things for him too, but everyone's kind of done something for him or whatnot.
For Chris Bay,
yeah, I think that's really great. So, but I think Roy was everywhere. Wasn't he at Triple Mania too?
I think so.
Yeah, see, he was everywhere. Like Roy is just everywhere. Man,
Roy was definitely at Triple Mania.
Yeah, he was, because I know he was talking to Corey Graves, and he was telling Corey, I guess, that he thought that he was the most perfect person to do the English commentary. And I absolutely agree with that. Him and Conan, I absolutely agree. I think Corey needs to be used more than he is. I love Corey. I'm not going to lie. I really love him. And I've noticed that I'm enjoying Raw a little bit more now that Corey's doing it with, I mean, no offense to Pat McAfee, but at least at least Michael Cole is a little bit more sane and not all over the place.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just me. That's just me. Wish Corey can really go back to trying to stop Booker from talking, because I have an issue, but we'll get into that later. But lots of things. I guess I was shocked that they're doing another Worlds Collide so soon.
Why?
Well,
why? They should be doing.
Or at least calling it Worlds Collide, right? I don't know. What's your kind of thought on this here? I mean, I had a great time. I enjoyed the show. Okay, I did. It was very appropriate for it being in LA because of the fan base. Interesting that they're going to keep it on the West Coast and have it in Las Vegas coming up very, very shortly. That's a very short time window, almost less than a month. I'm kind of interested in going, but the air's so high to Vegas.
I think that they should do as much of the AAA stuff as they can. I just wish it wasn't always on YouTube, and I wish they did more than put over their own WWE talents for all of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's to me been the most disappointing thing, is that you watch it and you go, oh, they're really pushing that they have a couple of their chosen AAA talent, and a lot of their guys are more important, right? The AJ Styles boost, all that stuff. Like, I just wish they had a little bit more. I don't know. I wish they cared more about the AAA brand. You know what I mean?
I think that obviously they're gonna Bishop.
What's up?
What's up, dude?
I got the link ready to go.
Woohoo! All right. Well, before we go any further, what's in your glass?
A glass, green glass
Yuengling.
bottle of Yingling.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yuengling's
Cheers.
so good.
Yeah. Tito's and Juanitos. I wish I had another one of
nice.
these. I have more Tito's, but anyways, but yeah, no. So we were talking just now about Worlds Collide and this whole
Gotcha.
AAA stuff. But obviously they're pushing Iguana because that's a merch wet dream right there.
Yeah, that's a merch decision. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing too. Is if you have Mr. Iguana,
Mhm.
then you have no use for Joe Hendry.
His stock is lowering though. I will say.
Hendry? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's getting there. People are bored with that.
They're over him. People forget.
They're
so
very over him.
we talked about it when he came out the one time he did. This is the highlight of his whole career, I bet you, because his whole career's been based off being a meme. And if we know anything about memes, is we move the fuck on pretty quick. We're ready for the next meme. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's some memes that stand the test of time. That
He's
one,
not
I
one of
don't
them.
think so. That's
He's not going to be the one that fucking.
I like Joe Hendry, but that's not one of them.
Well,
But,
that's the thing. We have this conversation so many times. Like, is it the character that's over, the gimmick that's over, the wrestler that's over, the style that's over? Like, his acumen. I think he's a good wrestler. I just don't think it matches with the hype. So like, you get juiced up for this thing, and then it just falls so flat. It doesn't suck.
Yeah.
But it's not fun. It's not as fun as you were just having coming to the ring.
Yeah.
And that's just projection, because I don't necessarily like it. I don't get it. I was late to the party, so I'll be a contrarian. But no, it's just not as fun as the entrance is. His wrestling isn't as fun. So
No.
Yeah.
Bit of a bummer.
No. But it was, I will say, when he first did it at Ring of Honor, that was cool. That was kind of cool because that's how he was getting his name out there. And it didn't obviously get to the hype that it has now, but it was kind of cool to see that. And of course, this was like pre-pandemic too. So it was like 2019, end of 2019, that kind of time. But yeah, that's not doing so hot, because the only other person that I really honestly like when I think of AAA, I mean, who else has gone up there? He tagged
AAA?
Yeah, well, from AAA. I mean, he tagged with Iguana tagged with Psycho Clown once.
Yeah, that was cool.
Ago. Yeah, that was cool. But I can't name anybody. And
from AAA who's gone to WWE, or the WWE talent they keep sending down to AAA?
No, the other way around.
Yeah,
because they send like everybody and their brother down there to AAA. And I know it's coming, but they're going to bring Del Rio back in some weird way. He's going to come back, and I know that's going to ruffle everybody's feathers.
He'll probably just stay down in Mexico, though. I mean, there's
You
only
think so?
Yeah, I don't think they have any incentive to even put him on WWE TV, because, in my opinion, so when I came back in 2015, Del Rio just came back to take the U.S. title off of John Cena. So I knew nothing of his stuff from before, how he won the 40-man Royal Rumble, he was champ, whatever, like all that stuff. I knew nothing about that. And in watching him, again, wasn't terrible as a wrestler, but like character-wise, felt played out then. And now that he's, I don't want to say damaged his legacy, but he's damaged his legacy. Like there is not even the juice of his last run, because his last run didn't have juice. It went from beating John Cena for the U.S. title on his return to fading away with the League of Nations. So like there's no cachet to him anymore. Not in America. So just leave him down in Mexico if he needs to, earn his contract.
On top of that, the last thing we ever really heard about him was him beating the shit out of Paige.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's what he was kind of like. That was for anyone who wasn't an intense wrestling fan at the time, watching everything that was going on. That was the first reason I'd even You know what I mean? I wasn't watching during his whole run because I was not into a lot of the product at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I briefly heard of his name, but then it was all like, oh, and now it turns out he's an abuser too. So it was kind of like, I don't think he's got a ton of cachet because of that too, to boot. Yeah. Although it is kind of interesting, El Vikingo is a badass, and he's been kind of anointed by AAA, or not by AAA, by WWE as like the guy that they like the most, and it's turned. He was when he won the championship off of Del Rio, he started getting booed, and it was really crazy to see and try to figure out like, are the AAA? I mean, and I do like you wonder about fan bases, right? So if the AAA fans are going to say like, we don't like him because he's WWE's chosen.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the day, why are you going nuts for Dom? You know what I mean? Because they were singing along to El Grande Americano, and you can't tell me that that's just not WWE's chosen in the same way. It's like, no, he's the one that they're using to mock your entire traditions as a bad guy, right?
As a bad guy,
he's supposed to be a bad guy. But he's designed in every way to mock your traditions, to play against the idea of talking down to the fans, or how do they use insulting the fans' intelligence, or swapping them out with different guys. He is the embodiment of a WWE character in so many ways. So for them to turn on Vikingo but embrace El Grande, I just don't fucking get it.
There was legit online chatter, right? Like that. Made me raise an eyebrow when they did the Worlds Collide in California that Chad Gable needs to watch out because of how traditionally offensive the character was. But the character is so important to WWE, they're literally swapping him with 4 other people right now. And to your point, it's over as fun to the Mexican crowd.
Yeah,
it's not even over as a bad guy. Like it's over as fun, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Like I don't hate it. I'm just confused by it. You know?
Yeah. The crowd in LA when I was there for Worlds Collide, it was interesting because that kind of crowd, which I thought it was like perfect for them to have that first one there. That crowd was all lucha. That was not your typical WWE people. And I thought they fucking loved the whole Grande Americano thing. I mean, people were just having a blast with that whole thing. So I don't know. It's just really strange. But Vikingo, I don't know. Like, I mean, he's been like everywhere. He went and he had his little stint with AEW for a while, you know, and then, I mean, no one had given him that weird backlash that he's getting now, which I thought was interesting because it's like, dude, he was their little golden boy for a little bit and then he got injured. But I don't know, maybe it's just, I guess, the allure of the big bad company with the W.
But it doesn't make sense if that's true, right? That's what I'm saying. If they're going to turn on Vikingo because of the big bad company, then how are you going to embrace Dominic? How are you going to embrace El Grande Americano? How are you going to embrace AJ Styles? All being utilized the way they were. They're embracing Natty Neidhart against their one. Wasn't that fatal 4-way for the AAA belt with 3 WWE talent and 1 AAA talent?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't turn on Vikingo for being a WWE chosen and accept the fact that that the other ones are okay. No, he's like, he should be your guy. You know, it's so fucking weird.
I don't know. Wrestling fans are weird. The internet is weird. That's all I know. That's all I know. True. It'll be very interesting to see, because actually when you were coming on, Bishop, it's going to be interesting to see the second Worlds Collide. I don't know if I would have called it Worlds Collide. I probably would have called it something else. I don't know. But it'll be very interesting because this is going to be a crowd where, okay, what kind of crowd is it going to be? Is it going to be your typical like WWE crowd? Is it going to be more of that Lucha Libre kind of crowd that kind of goes wherever? That's what I'm interested to see.
Where are they having it this time?
Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would have thought maybe Phoenix would be, you know,
Yeah.
B1, anything that's kind of nearer to the border.
San Antonio,
Mhm.
something like that.
El Paso, whatever.
El Paso, yeah.
But I don't know.
San Diego, even.
San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, during Survivor Series weekend.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is I bet you we're gonna get a something AAA and over NXT, and that's fine. I don't care. Whatever it is, I'll go to because that'll be the cheaper of the tickets. I'm like, I can afford that. That's in my price range. But these other ones, although I did see something that I don't think was marked correctly, just like how I bought my SmackDown ticket, I don't think it was marked correctly. Because I've never seen a WWE event where it said geo tracking special. That's what it said when I bought my SmackDown ticket.
That's weird.
And I'm like, Speaking of SmackDown, I'm going to remind y'all the Peacemaker 2 is out already. I almost said, Marsh, forget this podcast today. Going to watch it. But I said, nope, I will wait till we are done. So tidy whities can wait.
Yeah, and if you notice in the commercials they had for it, they showed him in his tidy whities.
Exactly. That was brilliant. That was brilliant promotion because they know what audience they're going to get out of it. I'm not going to say I had anything to do with it, but you know what? I am that demographic and I appreciated it. But I was going to watch it anyway. Yeah, that's why we can't go to media because I would have asked before we knew it was coming out. So, Peacemaker 2, tidy whities, yes or no? I would have asked that, and they would have been like, you are not ever allowed to do a media scrum.
How tidy are the whiteys in the new Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Are they more tidy than Whitey this season?
Exactly. Well, and I would have been, oh shit, you let the fucking Waffle House guy come in and ask what the Waffle House order is. Come on now. He did that with everybody at WrestleMania that he interviewed with. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that's annoying. But
what's the difference between that and what's your drink? Like, what are you drinking nowadays? Yeah. So you're gonna win this title at WrestleMania. What are you drinking? Yeah. Phil, you don't get a drink.
I do want to throw it out there just because you're talking a little bit about Uso's birthday and stuff, and you just mentioned SmackDown, but on Raw, Trinity coming out and announcing that she is pregnant was a really fun way of doing it. What I got such a kick out of was that clearly she was super emotional. She was trying to get through it, but also she so desperately wanted to play that character one more time.
Yep.
And that's what it was, is she just wanted to play the time. And that's why she threw out Pierce for no reason.
Yep.
It's that whole thing that it was, she was going to cackle and be a heel, because I think that it's really unfortunate timing in some regards. It's almost like she got everything she ever wanted, but all at once and not in order.
Yeah.
But she's the most popular she's ever been. And she's got a character that people like more than they've ever liked her do.
Yeah.
So I do think that when you leave on top like that, there's no way she's getting booed when she comes back. So I think that for her, it was like, let me be a heel one more time, because they're not even gonna let me be a heel tonight, but at least I can play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I come back, that's never happening again.
Exactly. And I love how she ended it too. Whoever has this when I come back.
Talking to the heifers.
Yep. The heifers. Yep. I thought that was great. I mean,
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, I loved it for the same reason that you said, Marsh. Like the idea that in this personal moment, the character still means so much to her. Yes. And Philly, I mean, again, I stopped going to Philly shows because they're not a playful crowd. They try to hijack everything, and they let her have all the fun in the world. Which is so cool. Like they gave her flowers for all of it, right? Chanting "You deserve it" and Baby Uso, and they took the ride with her and allowed her to be that way. And they just thanked her for her service in this moment. You know what I mean? Like, it was so fucking cool. It was one of the coolest wrestling moments. I'll probably, I'm not over exaggerating here. Like, I probably never forget it because it was so unique in how it was presented, delivered, all of that shit. So, hats off to her. And, to your point, Marsh, when she comes back, there's going to be a fondness left with this character because I thought it was very hit or miss for a long time. And she was trying to find her footing. And even after being champion, honestly, the last 2 matches she had were her best 2 matches as this character too. And she really struggled along the way. And you're right, like to get to this point and to go out this way, I think it does cover up a lot of what was wrong. Now all we remember are the last 2 matches and how dope this promo was. So like, done.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she's solidified now.
Yeah.
She's
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was like, but it's so hard not to have like just the most intense mixed emotions about it. Not the promo or the thing, just about the timing of it all. Cause it's like, cause you get so excited for her as a person. Cause in the producer ladies had a chance to talk to Trinity a couple of times face to face. And in both those conversations, she had talked about how badly she wanted a kid. And how badly she wanted a character that was really over and moments that really mattered and a story that really resonated with the crowd because she felt like that she'd had her WrestleMania moment. She'd won a title in her hometown at Mania, but she had never had a story that she felt like truly connected with the entire audience. She had her fans, but the audience never was invested on whole. And so all she ever really wanted was a story that could get there. And seeing the story that we're at right now, the fact that that part of its journey was a one-on-one, the first in years, a one-on-one women's match at Mania without a title on the line, just a grudge match. For her to be able to get it there to begin with was already like, that was the point. That's what she wanted so bad that it's like I said, it feels like so mixed to me because it's all like she's gotten everything she ever wanted and all at once. So it's all like, it sucks to like go, fuck, how far could this have gone?
Yeah.
Where was it going? But like you said too, though, I mean, on the flip side, could also be a blessing in disguise in the way of like, hey, we won't get tired of it. It won't falter at this point. It's going to go out on like the highest high that it can. And that's nothing to be upset about,
Yeah. Because like with me, for example, you use Roxanne Perez. I'm so tired of her little
you're wrong.
karate whatever thing gimmick
Whatever you're talking about, you're wrong.
Yeah. No, I am. It's getting old. It's like, oh my god.
There's nothing old about Roxanne. She's
I know there's nothing old about Roxanne.
There's nothing that can be said about Roxanne. She's in a build right now. She's
I know, but it's just her little that bratty, like Mean Girls-ish kind of characters. Kind of, you could do more. That's just me. I think she can do a little more. But
it's the first thing she's done on the roster. This is them giving her some footing, somewhere to go from.
I know, but she was doing that on fucking the NXT roster.
Yeah,
no one watches NXT because NXT sucks.
For 10 years. Ricky's been doing Michael Jackson for 10 years.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't wait to fucking trash on Ricky in a minute here. Oh, boy, that was awful. Good God. Jesus.
Roxanne is, what, 22 years old?
I thought she was a little older than that.
Well, she might be, but she's a baby. Give her a chance. Jeez Louise.
I mean, she's great. I'm not saying that she's not. I'm just saying, I'm just like that little character. I'm just kind of like, come on, dude. You can do explore other heel options.
Actually, yeah, 23.
Yeah.
Still, baby.
But at least thank God Booker's not on commentary. Not on the main roster. Thank God. Yeah. Don't start me on that one. That's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah, but I can't watch NXT.
Very happy for Naomi and Jimmy. So cool.
Yeah, really cool. I don't know if you guys got to see the clip that they recorded in the back while she was doing her promo.
Mm-hmm.
They recorded Jimmy in the back, and he's like, he did not know she was going to say a lot of that stuff. It was really funny. And she's like, he likes to Netflix and chill, if you know what I mean. And he's like, gosh. He's like,
yeah, but that was great. And even Roman actually had a little video. I don't know if they aired it on TV, but I saw it online. I think on Instagram. I thought that was cool. Yeah, keeping the bloodline really together. Cool.
It was the best part of wrestling all week, if I'm honest.
I think so. Easily. I mean, I don't think there was anything else that could have topped that. And even going into, this weekend. I don't think that there's anything that could top that. Maybe even for the rest of the month. I'll even go to say that. Because I don't know. Clash in Pairs just doesn't, I don't know, not doing it for me so far. Forbidden Door is definitely not doing it for me. Although, yes, I said it, I think, on episode 1 that we're going to get fucking Nigel McGuinness versus fucking Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, are we?
I was high. Yeah, we are. Someone told me I was high. And I'm like, no, we're getting that because I'm sorry. Like, no one wants to see Daniel Garcia. Okay, he's a fucking wet fish. No fucking personality, whatever.
Fish are supposed to be wet.
Well, whatever. You know what the saying is? I don't know. Shit. Jesus Christ. No. But I really thought it was either going to be Lee Moriarty or it was going to be Nigel. But in my back of my mind, it's like, it's going to be Nigel because it's 2 British fucking people. And Tony Khan is kind of stupid in his own way.
He's a simpleton. Yeah, he's a simpleton for sure.
Yeah.
Is Lee Moriarty better
than
he used to be?
Yes.
Okay. Because I saw him young. It was like 3 years ago or whatever, and I liked what I saw, but it wasn't great. So he's growing, gotten better. I mean, he was definitely someone fun to watch, but I was like, there's something missing. So, but I remember the name.
He's worked a lot with Shibata, and he's gotten to a point where I think that with him, now that he's been the pure champion for a while, and I think that he's really embraced technical wrestling, and so that had really brought another element to kind of how he wrestles, and got to see him for free a month and a half ago with that West Coast Pro kind of thing they had, where nobody, like, people were there, didn't get paid or anything, they paid their own air or whatever to wrestle at this show. Like, he was there, Tim Thatcher was there, I mean, there were some great things, but he looked really, really good. I hadn't seen him wrestle.
Good for him. Yeah, good for him.
He's one to watch. He's really one to watch.
Yeah.
There too. And he's been working on his promo skills with Shane Taylor. I mean, I really wish they'd push all those guys in Shane Taylor Promotions because they're all really good. They'll get a good crew there.
Sure.
But awesome. So I don't know. All I know is this: Tony Khan, I'm sorry, you need to fucking stop ripping shit off of WWE. That fucking, just because Seth Rollins faked everyone out and was masterful with it, you're fucking little fucking British numpty guy. No, that was so stupid. So yeah, he's not faking it. He is very injured, and he's probably I would say probably.
Oh, was this have to do with his neck injury?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So what's the deal with it? Because remember he said that he was gonna try and come back for the Worlds Collide, but we talked about how that's not how neck injuries work. So is he going to be back in time or what?
Yeah, a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, he came on TV and was like, "Oh, guess what?" I'm like, "Wait a minute, it was only 2 weeks. You had said 2 weeks ago you didn't know if you were going to come back or not. You're a fucking moron." Okay, this just further says that the guy's a fucking piece of shit. He's a dick. He's stupid. I'm like, come on. I'm like, anybody knows that you hear people who have neck injuries. That's a serious thing. He's basically fucking sloughing it off like it's nothing. Like, oh, okay, I'm fine now. I'm like, no, you've said in interviews, you've been dealing with this since 2018. That's a long time.
Yeah.
A very long time. And it gets worse and worse and worse because I've seen how you land on certain things on the apron or even just wherever on the outside of the ring, whatnot. I'm surprised he isn't paralyzed yet. Would I like to be there if it happens? No, because I don't like it when people like die. And I never want to be there when someone dies or gets like really, really injured. I mean, seeing a dude from Top Flight at Ring of Honor when he snapped his knee and it came out. I'm like, that's even that was bad for me. I'm like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah, I was at a lucha show once and the guy like does this like springboard moonsault to the outside. There's not even a human body's width between the ring and the rail.
Mm-hmm.
And so even as he was starting to set it up, I was looking at him like, what the fuck does he think is going to happen?
No.
And he went, and of course his fucking leg hit the fucking barricade, and I was right there. It would happen just like a foot or two away from me, and you could just see the leg just snap down from the wrong spot, and I was just all like,
yeah.
It was crazy because as it was happening, I was with someone, and as it was setting up, I looked at him and I was like, he can't make that, and he was like, no. And I was like, what is he doing? And then we saw it and we're like, oh, well, fucking, that's what he was doing. It was crazy.
Yeah, no. That's like when I saw Dragon Lee injure Hiromu Takahashi, like right in front of me, like literally like 10 feet away. And I thought he was dead because he wasn't moving. But I'm like, well, at least Dragon Lee hasn't injured anybody in the last like year or so. So it still says days of being a safe worker is still at like 367 or whatever. So I'll give him that. So, but I still think he injures a lot of people, but whatever. I don't know. Forbidden Door just doesn't, I don't know. The only good thing about it maybe is, I guess if you're there, you know, Tanahashi is having his last match in Europe at Forbidden Door. So that one's really kind of winding down. But I really kind of wanted to see Tanahashi versus Cena, but that yeah.
What?
I've always wanted to see them wrestle each other.
How do you think that was going to get booked?
Something could have happened that was weird. Tanahashi is like, do you see how he's been running New Japan? That company, I don't give that company much time. That company's gonna implode on itself. Just like
I guess it was New Japan, huh? And I think WWE did strike a deal with New Japan.
Yep. Tony Khan just couldn't have it. Nope. Couldn't have it. Couldn't do it.
But,
yeah. So that's interesting. Speaking of New Japan, did you watch that match I told you to watch? And it was actually good wrestling. So that's why I was like, I can't tell him to watch something that's horrible again because he'll kill me.
Yeah, the problem is this.
Okay.
You said Zack Sabre Jr. versus Takeshita.
Yeah, Takeshita. Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like I have to watch the match to know exactly how it looked.
Is that the one where Zack
guys
Sabre Jr. almost died?
Yeah.
What?
So the good wrestling that you just spoke of
The
is the
good
one where
wrestling
Zack
that I
Sabre
just
Jr.
spoke of.
almost died.
He almost
Gotcha.
died.
Okay. Just making sure.
No, it you know, honestly, like as a fan of both of them, it was very interesting to see that if people were like, oh, I like strong style, oh, that was strong style. And it was interesting because I have not seen anybody at all basically took Takeshita to that kind of limit. It was interesting to me. And it, you know, and I actually was like, damn, whoever wins, you know, doesn't matter because all of us have won with whatever. Now, I did think, yeah, maybe Zack Sabre Jr. will win because then he'll go on, because obviously last year he had a lot of like little historical firsts for Gaijins, but I thought, well, you know, because then he would have called a shot on who he wanted to wrestle. But I guess in its own way, it's probably better this way. But we'll get it again at Wrestle Kingdom. So I don't know. This one might end up it could potentially be like an Okada Omega and be like almost an hour. I think it has the potential to do that because I've never seen Zack Sabre Jr. that gassed at all. No. It was a beautiful match, I thought.
I'm not the type where I can just go to YouTube and watch a bunch of matches back to back without any kind of story or reason to care. Just watching two people do the thing, especially because we've gone so far away from kayfabe on all of these things. We've really gotten to the point now where there almost feels like an animosity of the business towards fans existing at all. Like they're treating us more and more like stupid marks every time they put on some of these things. And so when all I see is two dudes have a good wrestling match and I don't have any reason to be invested other than, oh, I like that guy, he was nice. Like, it just feels to me like they've made me feel like it's a waste of time to watch that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I know. And the G1 is a hard tournament to watch because it's so long and it's, there's so much going on. This year was interesting. Lots of injuries that happened, too, that came out of it. I know my two picks to win the G1, I got at least one of them right, but the other one I thought was going to be Gabe Kidd, because I thought, you know what, you were talking about him, his year, and unfortunately, no. But
who won?
Takeshita going into it, like the story, and it really wasn't much more of a story. It was more of this. He was the only competitor in that block that had faced all the competitors because Gabe got injured in that match. So, and Zack Sabre Jr., his story was he lost his first two, but he ended up winning the whole block again, like he did last year. So that was kind of this story of, okay, is this guy not up to snuff? What's going on with him? That kind of thing. So it was very interesting. And of course, you had people who your normal staples weren't in it. Like Tomohiro Ishii. Where was he? Oh, he was in America with AEW. Okay, that's weird.
Well,
but
probably a lot more money.
Probably, but he's got one of those New Japan titles, the Strong, I don't know which one it is, the Strong, whatever. They've got so many fucking titles, I have no idea. But he's got one of those, and is he in that one with Samoa? No, never mind. That's Shibata, right? I think there's one that like Hobbs has a title, and Samoa Joe, I think it's Shibata. I don't know why I thought it was Ishii, but anyways.
What happened to Zack Sabre Jr.? How did he almost die?
Dude. He got dropped on his head.
Yeah.
Dropped right on his head?
Right in his head.
Right on his head.
And he's got a big dome. You've seen his dome. Got a big old fucking dome. Yep. I don't
see if I can find it, or are you looking for it?
I don't think I've ever seen him get dropped on his head like that. Of all the big years that I've watched him wrestle, I don't think I've ever seen that. And even when he's like wrestling a klutz like fucking Ocean Spray.
They call it a technical spectacle, and you're telling me about how he got dropped on his fucking head.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the top rope.
Yeah, from the top rope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tag you in it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The technical spectacle was great. Yes. And he did almost die. So it's kind of fitting that, yes, the best technical wrestler in the world almost died.
No, it's not fitting. It means
it's
not fitting. I know. Doing wrestling. I know.
You are a very confusing individual, Amanda.
I know I am. But also I'm drinking tonight. So, I normally don't. It's a weekday. Kind of hard.
Let me see. So who won the G1 Classic?
Takeshita beat Evil. I'm like, fucking, I do not want, I'm like, if Evil wins, I'm like, I'm going to fucking riot. This is awful. Evil is awful. I mean, his stable, Evil just, I don't know. New Japan needs an overhaul. It does. It does. I don't know. I think it's stale. It's going to die because other Japanese promotions are more interesting. No, excuse me. Yeah. Now I'm waiting for the WWE to figure out who in Japan they're going to end up,
I think it looked worse than it was.
I think
it looks
so
like
too.
He's moving them, yeah.
I was looking at it a couple of times, and you can see his shoulders are safe. Like he was carried down, but it definitely
it
looks rough.
Yeah, I guess if I don't know who is it, Takeshita. If Takeshita didn't land as fucked as he did, maybe the move would look a little better. But it just it looked like it was a botch just on how it landed. And
and that's kind of uncharacteristic for both
of them.
Yeah.
But it's not uncharacteristic for non-WWE wrestling to look that way. Yeah, and I think that's why it's hard for March to watch the shit that you send him.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That is
dude.
true. Hey, if
I even told her because she asked me, she was like, "You should watch this terrible Ricky Starks match," and I was like, "Trust me, I've seen a lot of them." And I'm
No.
like, "No,
No.
I don't need to watch another shitty wrestling show." I was like, "The problem is right now, I'm having a hard time getting through Raw.
Well,
It's the only show I can even watch at this point. I can't watch SmackDown. NXT is unwatchable 100% of the
NXT
time."
okay. All right, here's me. Here, shall we get into me shitting on?
Do it. Yeah, get into Ricky because I refuse to watch
Okay.
another
Well,
shitty Ricky match. I don't even know who it was up against, but I'll tell you right now, it was some
that
fucking
Jasper
rookie.
Troy dude. Okay.
Sure, probably some fucking rookie who has no business being in the ring with him, and he has no business being in NXT.
Well, okay,
Move him along.
So here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna set it up a little. So, okay, obviously, you know, he wrestled Jasper Troy. There was that fun oops, the stage broke when it shouldn't have broke at the time.
Oh, that was horrible.
That was horrible.
They're still doing it with that fucking guy?
Yeah, he's still
That guy sucks.
He was off TV, right? And not because he wasn't injured or anything. It's just been, I think what they're doing with him is, I don't even know. So you wonder why don't they just move him up to the main roster now? This match, this shitty one I wanted you to watch, is the exact reason why he should not be moving anywhere, because he looked like shit. He cannot wrestle big people. The guy had at least 100 pounds on him, and
that guy sucks.
I know.
The guy's like twice his size, and they're asking Ricky to carry the whole fucking match.
Yeah, and you know Ricky. How you want to know how he won, Ricky? How he won that match? With a fucking tornado DDT. Okay,
sure. Like whatever it takes to stop the thing from continuing on.
But it's I'm like on board. You need to figure out how you're going to be able to wrestle some of these big guys. So now, who's next on his list?
It's not on him. The big guys have to know how to wrestle. You think Baron Corbin and fucking Gargano was a Gargano match? No, the big guys fucking have to carry the little guys.
But we'll see when fucking he wrestles Josh Briggs next.
He sucks too.
I know he sucks too, but it's like he's got to be able to like wrestle these big dudes and also kind of make them look at least decent, you know.
No, it's not on him to teach them.
No, what are you gonna do? Throw him up in the main roster and throw Sheamus at him? No.
Sure. Put him up against anyone. Sheamus will teach him how to. He would have a better match with Rusev than he would have with any of the big guys in NXT, because the big guys in NXT don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to move, and it's clear. And all they're doing is getting smoke blown up their ass by fucking Bubba. The whole big problem with LFG, if you watch LFG,
I don't watch
all it is these old fucking legends blowing smoke up these idiots' assholes, and they're not giving him any good advice. You watch it and you go, this is shitty. And then not only do they have shitty bad advice for these guys, because you go, what the fuck are you even talking about? It's not even how you did yourself coming in, right? And then the whole show becomes just a whole bunch of awful matches with people who don't know how to wrestle. And you're like, this isn't compelling. Like, this is bad. This makes wrestling look bad. It makes the product look bad. It makes me not excited to see them when they get to NXT. And then you watch someone like Ricky, who you know can move. You've seen him with Willie Hobbs. That was a decent match. Him and Wardlow, not a bad match. It's not his fault that these big guys know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
It's not on him. And that's my point, is I think NXT is a bad place for anybody who has any kind of foundation. Well, if you already know how to even land on your back, NXT is a bad place for you.
Yeah, but I think with Sean now, I don't know, is Sean still heading it now that he went and had his surgery and all this other shit?
I thought so, and I think that's why the product is so bad. He asks everyone to do all the things that he did horribly. Yeah. The worst parts of Shawn Michaels is the most coaching he does.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but all I know is it just looked really, really bad. And I'm like, dude, like, you know, no offense, but you know, it was on his part, it was very sloppy. He was very sloppy. I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle sloppy. Well, no, that was bad. It's
really got to be exhausting to be constantly put in this position where they keep asking him to train these big clunky idiots.
But you know what
I mean? Like,
he's not going to say no, okay? Because he wants to be there and he feels like, okay, if he says no, people are going to go up. That was that attitude everyone was talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And
it feels like they're trying to break him, you know?
Yeah. Or I think I'm like, all right, let's see you wrestle Oba, and then let's go. You know, like,
Look, I think Oba is fine. I
Yeah.
don't think he's as good as everyone
hell,
who's a fan of his pretends he is.
yeah. Well, hell, they can fucking even have Ricky fucking hell. I'd even like to see him involved in that fucking TNA shit. Have him wrestle Moose. There's a fucking big guy. You know,
Yeah.
that would be kind of challenging. I mean, but yeah, and it's also equally as difficult to watch because then you have fucking. I don't know what the fuck Booker's problem is with Ricky, but he loves to fucking shit on him the whole fucking time. And I'm like, what? It's because he's a really pretty light-skinned brother. Is that what it is? Because I think Corey Graves has given up, like trying to shut him up.
I have a feeling that the problem that Booker has with Ricky, just when you look at it and you look at Ricky's career, is he never went through Booker in Texas. The entire time he was in Texas, he never went to Reality of Wrestling. He never asked Booker for help. He did it on his own. And I think that Booker feels like he's the king of Texas and no one comes through Texas without going through him. And Ricky just didn't. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ricky didn't on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised if there was reasons why Ricky didn't. Because also Ricky was the guy that the Undertaker called to help him get ready for the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's probably a big thing. Yeah. It's probably like Undertaker called that guy. Like that
and
guy
not one of my guys
doesn't have seal of approval. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I think that Booker never gave him his blessing, and I think that Booker's upset about that. And I think that some of these guys and their fucking attitudes, man, I just don't fucking get it.
It's dumb. I mean, for me, I'm like, you know what? You need to get him out of there. If it's not shitting on Ricky, it's him being a fucking horn dog. And that's getting fucking old.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only one he's not a horn dog with is Jordan Grace. I'm like, just fucking have her on there. So all the time. So then he won't be gross. Yeah. Because it's just shitty. Shitty. I think, I really kind of think that now, I don't know what they're going to be doing with this TNA shit because it's obvious, it benefits one side more than the other.
Yeah,
I would like to see like Masha take the belt from both belts from JC Jane. I'd like to see that because it'd be interesting to see what Masha can kind of do with that.
It would be nice if they can get some belts back into TNA instead of having them all in NXT. That's for sure.
Absolutely. I'm like, if you're going to have people have belts, can we please fucking bring the Rascals over and have them take the belts from Hank and Tank? No offense. I mean, I like Hank and Tank. Don't get me wrong, but that'd be kind of nice because I like the Rascals a little bit better.
Yeah, it'd be nice to pretend that the TNA talent was good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Half of TNA's from WWE.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why I like something that Amanda said about Ricky going over to TNA and wrestling Moose. Not just because he's a big guy, but I think it aligns with your point, Marsh, is that if the shit's not working on NXT and then it works on TNA. So if Ricky goes over there and he wrestles more established people who know what the fuck they're doing, then the problem would be the younger opponents. Ricky's not the guy to help these younger opponents because they need more work. Then it at least Ricky can prove himself that he's ready for the next level.
Yeah.
Because if everything he's doing in NXT makes it seem like he's not ready, well, it's a dance, man. And he's got terrible dance partners, if that's the case,
Yeah.
But if he doesn't make it on TNA, then maybe, WWE has a decision to make, Yeah.
The other person that I really thought that he'd have more of a program with, and I think it would have probably fared better than Ethan Page, was Wesley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been great.
It would have elevated Wesley's stock again. Because he's one that I'm like, I don't think you're going to main roster anytime soon. You'll probably get the axe at NXT.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, he's just been there for so long.
Yeah, I think if they want these young people to work with someone who's kind of seasoned, fucking have them with fucking Lexus King. Have Pillman work.
Yeah, that can make sense.
That makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know, but I don't work there, so
Yeah, because he's pretty solid.
yeah, he's very solid, and I think that would be a good thing. All right, fucking at this point, Ethan Page.
I mean, I don't like Lexus King's character work. I think his storytelling through promos and actions leaves a lot to be desired. He seems very unpolished, but yes, performance wise, whatever that tag team he was in AEW, I thought was awesome. I thought they worked so well together, and he wrestled great. Yeah, the Varsity Blondes. I thought they were a really good team but there was no character driven stuff, and then this ego that he has. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like it, but yeah, something got to change. We talked about this on episode 1. We kind of had the same conversation, how the evolution of NXT talent just isn't going where it used to, and it's a bummer. And we're at that shit or get off the pot moment,
Yeah, the women's is starting to slow down because once some of these women leave that are there, your Lola Vice and your, Kalani Jordan and Jada Parker, you don't really have anything. So it's like there's going to be that era again. And it's like you're forcing me to watch one person. And no.
Yeah, I can't watch the show at all.
I know you can't watch anything. I mean,
and then they also don't want you to watch it at this point. They're moving over to ESPN. They said it was going to happen in the beginning of 2026. It turns out it's happening in 2 weeks.
What? Already?
Yeah. The September 20th show got moved to ESPN.
Yeah, and they said starting in September, the only thing that's going to be on Peacock is going to be Saturday night's main event and NXT PLEs, and that's it. Everything else is gone. It's going to ESPN. And ESPN's fucking expensive. And the funny thing to me is everybody's talking about ESPN, the move, and the only argument that everyone has on why it's fine is because you might accidentally be already paying for it.
Right.
If you spend a lot of money already to watch TV, you might not realize you accidentally are spending a lot of money to have that show too. And that's such a bullshit argument to me because, like, at the end of the day, I don't have cable. I don't want cable. I stopped Hulu Live because it became so expensive. It's over $100. I went to YouTube Live, and that jumped up to $100 after a month or two. So I got rid of that too. And now they're like, but if you get cable, which is $160 already for basic, then they're like, then you might end up with ESPN anyways. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna accidentally spend $200, $100+ to have a $30 program, and I'm not gonna spend $30 a month to watch the PLEs. Then that's just a pay-per-view model. At this point, I'm paying to view just that. There's nothing on ESPN I watch or want, or I would have it.
Do you have that little like bundle that has like Disney Plus and Hulu?
It comes with ESPN Plus, which they have said very distinctly is not part of that program. They said if you have ESPN Plus, you'll have to upgrade to the new ESPN app. ESPN Plus will not have it.
It's going to be a new direct-to-consumer app is what they're calling it. And it's, whatever that is when it debuts, I'm so out on it. Like, I mean, look, we say without saying all the time, right? We have ways to watch. So I'm not concerned. I will still watch.
Yeah.
But for and this is the thing that we argued back when WWE Network got taken away from the American audience. It's you had everything right there. I wanted Raw and SmackDown to go on it so I can just get rid of everything. I would have got rid of Netflix and everything.
Yeah.
It was just WWE Network. That's it. That's all I need to watch. I can watch all shit from back in the day on Tuesday and Wednesday and on Tuesday and Thursday, and I can watch NXT on Wednesday and SmackDown on Friday. We're good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Or back then it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But still, like the fact that they spread it thin, like we got lucky, right? So I signed with a new internet company and I get Netflix, Apple TV, and Peacock for $15 a month. Like I was like, cool, I'll do that. New subscriptions for all of it, fine.
Yeah.
Netflix has Raw, NXT and PLEs or whatever for NXT and Saturday Night's Main Event are going to be on Peacock. Okay, no big deal. SmackDown's the problem. Okay, I have other ways to watch. And since I'm already doing that for SmackDown, I'll do that for the new PLEs too. But it's a bummer. It truly is a bummer, And I mean, we already have Paramount Plus, and I was finding other ways to watch UFC pay-per-views, and UFC signed with Paramount. So you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to watch more UFC because they're going to a platform that exists in the ethos of what I do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and they don't have to do it for me, but they took the PLEs away from us from WWE Network. So fuck it, let's get Peacock. And I enjoy Peacock. It has shows that I like to rewatch, so I watch Peacock.
Yeah.
But I don't need ESPN Plus. I haven't had it or any type of ESPN streaming app because when they decided to gouge consumers for money, because like Mark said, no basic cable package has ESPN, so you have to upgrade.
Yep.
You have to upgrade. And when you're upgrading, it's like, oh well, you get the app for free, but you don't get everything for free. All right, well, fuck you. Don't create barriers to entry for me. Fuck that. So yeah, the more they spread themselves thin to chase their bag, like good on them. But I'm good. I will continue to cut my cord from where I'm gonna be getting into. I was gonna get rid of Apple TV because it's $10 a month, and I binge everything on there, and now I'm just rewatching the things that I watch. I was gonna get rid of it. Yeah. And then when it became a part of this new internet package, I was like, fuck yeah, I'll keep it. Not a problem. $5 a month. You know?
I only have Apple TV because I pay my $10 a month to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So I have priorities, goddammit. So,
priorities are priorities.
Yeah. No,
and that shit makes sense. Dude, like you said, though, I mean, I'm the opposite. I don't watch SmackDown because they've created this barrier for me. When they had the network, I had the network and Hulu. And we used to talk about it all the time. We'd even come on and talk about the show and talk about what we knew wasn't on the show at times, right? Mm-hmm. There was a long time when Hulu was putting up the hour-and-a-half version of all the shows, and they cut out all tag team wrestling and all women's wrestling. And that was what they did. And I remember thinking that it was so weird that Bray and Matt Hardy won the tag titles and we never saw it again. I remember thinking it was so weird that Bayley debuted on Raw and we hadn't 7 months. And then I found it was all there. But they was getting cut out from the Hulu version. And I was like, well, that sucks, but I'm not going to get cable just so I can watch Raw and SmackDown. And at that point, I can watch the segments that I'm missing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like right now, as far as SmackDown's concerned, if I'm at someone's house and it's on, like when I stay at my grandma's house, she goes to bed by the time SmackDown comes on. So I'll watch it. Yeah. But outside of that, if it's not a YouTube clip that I really care about, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do it. And I don't understand like this thought process. And that's what I mean. Like the companies are treating fans more like fucking marks and less like fans. The WWE companies and their associations. Like you said, I'm probably going to watch more UFC because I have Paramount. I'm probably going to watch a lot less WWE because I don't have cable. The CW app is the only place I can watch NXT. And the last few times I tried, they definitely didn't want me to watch. I'm going to have Netflix anyways, so I'll be able to see Raw. But then that's it. They've split it all up. You need NXT for Raw. You need Netflix for Raw. You need CW for NXT. You need cable TV for SmackDown. You need ESPN for the PLEs. You need Peacock for Saturday night's main event and NXT PLEs. It's more splintered than it's ever been. And I used to have 2 apps, Network and Hulu. And I would miss some stuff, but not most of it. Yeah. And I used to watch NXT all the time because of it was on Hulu in full. Yeah. Like, it's come down to the point where even watching Raw has been tedious because 30% of the show is drone shots, which are nauseating and awful. 20% of the show is crowd shots, so they can say, look who's made it. And only 50% of the show is wrestling. And I'm including promos.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's a lot of dead air. The amount of times they just cut to the desks, you can see Michael Cole blow himself about something stupid. Like, get the fuck out of here. Go back to the talent. Michael Cole is not the talent. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't care about the people who are in the fucking front row. I don't care about any of that bullshit. It's like, come on now. Like, that's the one thing I think with like AEW, WWE, a lot of these things, it's like you've created these people who now have it in their head that there's something because, oh yeah, I'm in the front row at, blah, blah, blah all the time. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Obviously you're paying for it. So you got some deep pockets or there's some kind of secret. Yeah. I don't know.
Dude, Raw's coming to town. It's going to be 10 minutes away from my house. We're going to wait for the day of, wait for the first bell to ring. And we're going to go on down and see what tickets we can get at the last second. Because right now tickets start all the way in the back. They start at 150.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would I start at 150 when I I spent I think $130 for front row seats at SmackDown in Phoenix the night before Money in the Bank, and I was right behind Pat McAfee to the point where I got his pencil and a selfie with him. You know what I mean? Like that was 130, but 150 now is going to get me of the fucking arena. Like no, they're pricing everyone out, and they're like I said, they're treating us like marks. Like you also can't get upset at these fans. It feels to me like a double standard, right? You want us to respect you as a talent or as an actor and as a performer, and I am not my character. But then you want to fucking, oh, am I misleading with my posts? Which one do you want? Do you want us to be a fucking mark and buy into everything that you do is fake? Or do you want us to appreciate your art and your performance and have an equal respect of both? Because it doesn't seem like you want us to have both, you know?
I tell you, that's why I hated the Seth Rollins injury thing so much, because the whole theme of the Terrible Wrestling Takes podcast is we take what we see on TV. You do not buy into any other bullshit. Take what you see on TV, and that's all you can go for. So, yeah, I took what I saw on TV, and I felt a certain way. When I met Sheamus in an elevator, and we had a brief conversation, I said, dude, it was so cool that you were a bad guy fighting Damian Priest, and my son just loved what you did. He became a fan of you because of who you are. And I was like, hey, but you know he's a bad guy, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't care. He's so awesome. I'm like, I said, and I appreciate that you did that. And he's like, thanks, mate. You know, and like, that was it. Because, again, like you said, Mark, like we aren't marks. We're fans because the jig is up. The curtain is pulled. And they pull the curtain more and more every day. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that they can't do or shouldn't expect to do is piss on us and tell it it's raining.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're doing. And I refuse. I refuse to go to shows in advance now. You know, we did Mania in Philadelphia because it was bucket list and it was right down the street. So you know what? Fuck yeah. But since then, we haven't been to another show. And we really don't have the desire to, because they priced us out and they don't run house shows in our area anymore. So like,
I haven't seen them do a house show around here in probably pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Maybe 2018 was the last time.
Yeah. And
they used to come through Tucson once a year, and they haven't come in since I think it was 2020.
Yeah.
That's their business model now. And if that's what they're doing, is they're adding an extra $50 a ticket to these arena shows because they're not doing house shows, then that's their problem and that's what they feel like doing. But I'm good, man. Like I am good.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I do love it. I'm not going to quit my show because of it, but you know, it's going to, like you said, Marsh, that's the way to go. You know, tickets to the day of, might as well.
Yeah. I used to.
And to be honest, if we get there and they're still fucking $100, we're just going to go back home.
Right.
Yeah. I only ended up with my with SmackDown and got it because I'm like, you know what? I myself don't want to, because I'm not taking off of work to go. I'm gonna leave work early. But I don't want to sit there all, you know, try to see, okay, well, maybe I can get a ticket, maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm like, well, now that fucking Cena's not there, okay, I'm like, well, fuck, I could have waited. So
Right.
you know, but I took a gamble because I'm like, all right, did I luck out with where I got? Yeah, because it was half the price of all the other seats around it. And I don't know why. And it didn't like single ticket shame me or anything. I'm on an aisle. I'm like pretty much almost like eye level with like the ring. I mean, I was like, how the hell did I get this? And why is it half the price of the one that's sitting next to me was double the price? And I don't understand this, but okay, I'll take it, because who knows if he does show, if I can get one of those ones in the front row, because then I'd be all, but that's fine. That's fine. Now, you know, I wish I'd lived closer to Florida, because all those fucking $20 house shows that fucking NXT does. Oh, I'd be there fucking every single one. And Ricky Bell, go fucking home. I'm like, I'm trying to plan a trip where they have one of those things, and I can make an NXT taping work. I'm trying, but it's kind of hard. So, but now apparently I guess NXT is going out on the road.
Yeah, I saw something like that. They're going to do
Yeah.
a few more road shows. They every now and again they seem to do that. Go out for like 6 months.
But can you do it out here, please? Can you do it out here? Okay, it's expensive to travel, too. By the way, and I work for a fucking hotel company where the discounts always aren't the greatest. And you're the world's largest fucking hotel company. I'll let you guess who guess who that is. Anyways, am I bitter? No. So yes. Also, you know what I don't like?
We've been talking about it a little bit because of the way that I feel like the wrestling's treating fans at this point is like you got to spend fucking hundreds of dollars if you want to take home a fucking chair. You're just gonna spend $500 or $600 to take home a generic chair half the time. You know, these ringside ones for the Raws aren't specialized.
No,
for the events, but like that's why one of the reasons why we started going to a lot more baseball games. They act like they're excited to have you there. They fucking give you shit when you walk in. Fucking make tickets cheap. They fucking give you deals with it. The ballpark over here, because it's the last week of home games, they're like giving away a hat with like every ticket you get for a fucking box seat, and they brought box seats down to $15. And they're like fucking, they want you to be there. They want you to have a good time. And like I feel like WWE doesn't want you to be there.
Is that a AA or a AAA field?
It's minor league. I don't know which was that. AA?
No, because it can be single, double, triple, like Wendy's.
Let me look up isotopes.
Wendy's hamburgers.
I had Wendy's for it. Shout out to Wendy's.
Sponsored, not sponsored.
Exactly. I had that for dinner. Yep. I would have got a Frosty, but it was harder than Hades, and that would have melted between the Wendy's and coming home. But no, because hey, the freaking Athletics play in a AAA ballpark, and they're charging MLB prices for that bullshit.
Oh yeah.
That's why nobody's going to see them. I won't. Well, I won't go anyway because that's not my team anymore. I don't have a team. Marsh this week thought I was a Giants fan, or I'm like, fuck no. Kidding me? Yeah, they're cheaters. They like to whine and bitch, and their fans are fucking
there was
bandwagon.
AAA.
It's AAA?
Yeah.
Yep. See? That's the kind of stadium the A's are playing at. Think about it. Do you have real grass or turf?
I don't know. I guess I've never smelt it.
You're not supposed to smell it. You can tell by when you look at the field.
I mean, I never gone down to the field. I
I'm
just
not
stay in the
when you're
stands.
looking at it from the stands, you can tell.
Oh, it's green. What do you want me to?
Yeah,
I don't know how much investigating you think I do on grass. I'm allergic to grass, so I don't really pay attention to it.
I was going to say, does it look like, like a putt place, like a mini golf place, like that kind of green, or is it? Yeah, because if it's the same shade of green all over, it's AstroTurf.
No, it's got the different lines. It's got all the lines in it.
Well, then it's not AstroTurf. That's real grass. Guess what? The A's play on fucking AstroTurf. So some of the visiting teams want to play there because that's Injury City. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, Tony Khan should have had his father buy the Oakland Athletics. That's all I know. If you're going to waste money, that's a big waste of money right there, too.
It's funny you said that because I said it looks like the Padres do, too. And right as you said it was Injury City, I was like, what are you talking about? The pitcher, Roop, they just fucking like line drive towards them, and he went to go get it and fucking twisted his whole leg right on the grass, like you said.
Oh.
Grass or AstroTurf?
So I'm saying AstroTurf because it's all one shape.
AstroTurf is Injury City. Yeah.
That's why it was so weird. You said that, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then literally as you're saying it, I'm watching the guy's leg fucking snap and wiggle around, and I'm all like, oh.
I might not make sense, but I know my baseball. I know my fucking baseball. Thank you.
I don't make sense, but I know what I'm talking about.
I sure do, goddammit.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
No. See that, but
yeah, I think that I definitely will say that the experience I had when I was at Mania and seeing how just a couple years ago when the Superstore in LA had all of that other shit that they had at the whatever they called it, WWE World or whatever the fuck they wanted to call it at this Mania, I was like, okay, I'll say it was the same size as LA, Marsh, so you can kind of get a lay of the land. The store was bigger though in LA than it was in Vegas. I think that was problem number one with why everyone lined up for hours and hours and hours. But I really think that they should just not have people pay for that kind of shit. And just, if you're gonna fucking pay for anything, pay for the photos and the autographs. Charge people up the yin yang. And people will pay that.
It feels like they're nickel and diming every fucking thing.
Yeah, but I would have rather paid that, like, more money for that than having to pay, and then on top of getting into there, having to pay again, right? And I'm like, that's so stupid. It doesn't make sense. And honestly, like, it's like, oh, someone was like, you can go all day. I go, what's there to do all day?
Right.
I'll be in there, right? Like, what am I going to do? Like, watch, stupid people.
In fairness, it wasn't on the grass. It was on the dirt.
Oh.
He twisted really fucking weird and snapped his ankle or some shit. So
that's bad. Bad injury. Poor guy.
I think he was trying to avoid the ball coming at him.
Most of that dirt is clay, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't lose its depth. So it's usually like a stamped clay to have like some traction on it, but yeah.
It's kind of like the what's that one tennis venue that has Roland Garros.
Yeah.
Why do I fucking know about shit like that? I have don't ask. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm just kind of tired of some of that nickel and diming. So.
As I meant, the splintering of the product, putting it on every streaming service, but the one, and just leaving it. And then for Nick Khan to have that interview where they asked him, "What do you think about how the fans are going to react to the big move?"
Yeah,
he goes, "Well, they'll go wherever we go. They follow us to Peacock. They'll follow us there. We don't have to worry about that. The fans just come." And you're like, "What?"
Well, the idiots come. Yeah. Duh.
Like the fact that you're not remotely concerned about it, like it's 3 times what they're paying now, and he goes, "Yeah, they'll pay it."
I find it so condescending because we as wrestling fans, and Amanda, I'm not too sure on your WWE history, but if we can admit it as the 3 of us, have we all taken like at least a 10-year break from WWE at one point?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure. So like, why would they be willing to sign up for that again? Like you could, we've done it before and we did it. At least me. Sorry, I'll say me. I did it when the hormones told me to, right? I'm going to chase other things than sit here and watch wrestling. And I did that. And literally the reason why I got back into wrestling is because it was my turn to stay home with the kid. And because I had a child laying in the house, I literally exhausted everything I can watch. And I go, you know what? Fuck it, I'll turn wrestling back on. Hell yeah, let me see what's up. Yeah. Saw Roman Reigns. I saw Paige. I was hooked. I was like, okay, this is pretty fucking cool. And then all of a sudden, I've been back in for 11 years. I can easily take a break again if they want my barrier of entry to be that difficult. Or if you want to have a test of wills. Will I watch or will I won't? Motherfucker, I don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because you can always goof about all the stuff I have on the walls and stuff. It's like those are all moments in time that have already passed. I don't mind celebrating the fandom that I've had up to now.
None of those is a ticket to tomorrow's show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, none of this stuff is all like gonna have to have indefinitely. Half the guys on my wall are dead. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. It's a celebration of the fandoms that we've lived in at the times, like I don't mind moving that money over to something like baseball, right? I don't mind.
Well, I can't do that anymore.
You just become a Padres fan.
No, I can't do that.
Yes, you can. Suck it up.
No, there's a reason why I cannot do that. I'll be fair weather with my hockey teams. I have 3 of them. So, that's fine. But even hockey, it just priced me out a long time ago.
Yeah. It seems crazy because at the end of especially now when like we've come on here a bunch of times and talked about how the product now is slower and more boring than ever. It's been a long time since it's been this easy to skip. You know what I mean? Even because we go back to like 2015, and shit was really weird there until fucking Vince left.
I wouldn't know,
but there was a lot of compelling stuff about it. And half the fun of it, like I said before, was just figuring out where the fucking insane old man's going to take it next, right? Like there was something to it. And now it's so methodical and so slow that if I watch every other month, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. This whole time I was on the road, I didn't watch Raw one time. And I didn't feel like I was missing anything. I would scroll through the socials real quick, get a quick little glimpse of what's going on. Sames. Nothing new. Everything's the same. So it's just kind of like, now's a weird time to push people away.
Yeah. It's like, did Phil Brooks whine? Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Did, you know, I mean, did LA Knight get a lot of crowd audience participation? Yes, he did. You know, did, are they fucking, you know,
dude, I saw people shitting on LA Knight's promo on Monday. I thought he did fine.
He did fine.
I thought it was great.
You know I don't want to say he deserves to get shit on, but I'm like, you know what? You're probably going to not be around much longer. Goddamn Jeff Cobb.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah.
I feel he is so fucking good. And it's just, you're fucking, why?
He's like the Barney Rubble of the bloodline.
Not even the Barney Rubble of the bloodline. It's like, he's more like
the Dino.
Dino. What was that weird little alien that came every once in a while?
Oh yeah,
Kazoo. Yes, Kazoo. That is fucking Jeff Cobb. I'm
That's
like,
funny.
Jesus Christ. I'm like, you went from he was leading fucking, I don't care what fucking TJ Perkins says, but fucking that Jeff Cobb was the fucking leader of fucking United Empire when fucking Ocean Spray left. He was. That was his fucking faction. Sorry, just gonna say that. But now I'm like, I don't even think he's gonna last a year. That's someone who really should go into NXT for a little bit because his mic skills, I mean, he's got some, but they're not, you know.
Yeah, he's not blowing anybody out of the water. You know what I liked about the LA Knight stuff too, and I think people were taking it. I think that's why people were shitting on it a little bit, was because he wasn't taking any shit from Punk.
Nope.
Right.
And he was standing up to him and calling him on his bullshit.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, it doesn't make sense. What is he? He seems like he's really struggling to find something to talk about." I was like, I don't think he is.
No.
I think you are so blinded by your love of Punk that you don't understand what it looks like when another talent stands face to face with him and says, "I'm not gonna fucking let you treat me like you think you can."
Yeah.
And honestly, he won up CM Punk because, like you said, CM Punk's games didn't work on what LA Knight knows how to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and Punk is so limited. Again, like, this isn't a very Punk friendly group that we are, but I don't like wasting my time. So if I am watching Raw and Punk shows up, I want to be entertained. So do something to entertain me, right? Take every fucking chance you can to gain me as a fan, or at least to go, you know what, that was pretty good. And I've said that before about his stuff, but you can't. No, you're not going to fake the funk around me with someone who can do the job.
Yeah.
Right? When he goes out there and he insults, who was it? I can't even remember, but it was earlier in the run. He's out there insulting him. I'm like, no, he actually is better than you at that too. So I'm not really sure where you're coming from. Like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know it's like, please, when he would have some things he was trying to say about Gunther, I'm like, come on, dude. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm like, you know, I'm looking. I need a photo of fucking Gunther chopping him with those fucking tattoos going skin everywhere. I want one. God damn it. I do. Yeah. I get a sick pleasure in that, but I don't understand. The guy's actually a fucking hypocrite. A lot of the people who were like, yeah, you know, he's never wanted to go to Saudi and blah, 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 blah. Now they're like, oh my God, we love Phil. Make up your mind. You know?
Yeah.
Like, if I was a parent, I would never have, well, even if I was not like the stance I have against fucking CM Punk, I'd be this guy, like, dude, it's like, you just totally changed your mind for the almighty dollar. What kind of lesson am I going to teach my children? I'm like, nope, we're not buying that fucking shit. Hell no. You can fucking rot. You're getting enough money because you're going to Saudi. It's all good. All fucking good. So, I don't know. I still see that and I get disgusted. I'm like, you people. Like, you're the ones bitching on the internet. But then you're like, CM Punk CM Punk. Fuck off. Yeah. Part of me was I wanted to go to Raw in Sacramento just so I can be the one person fucking, and I would have I'll pay whatever money to be in the front so that motherfucker can see me and fucking hear me. You know, I have my Colt Cabana shirt on. I'll be, fuck you, asshole. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Oh, how great would it be to watch Raw and see fucking Amanda get escorted out from that corner seat by the steps? Just with her Colt Cabana shirt, yelling "fuck you" as loud as she can on Netflix. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you can.
That's my girl. Get him, Amanda.
You can probably hear me over his music. Like when he comes out, all of a sudden,
I don't even like Colt Cabana, but I'm with you.
Like, God damn. I'm like, that's why you would spend money. And you'd be like, I'm only going to spend it for this month because I know she's going to Raw. And I know she said she was going to spend a lot of money to be in the front. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'll even hit him with that. I'll throw that fucking generic chair at his ass. But knowing me, because I don't know, I have the luck of the draw sometimes, they'll make a non-generic chair and it's Phil on the fucking seat. I would fucking fart on it. I would take it up. I would really take it up and leave the chair there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're like, oh no. And I can see it now. Ricky's like, man, I heard about what you did at Raw.
Yeah. That was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was you, huh? Like,
I heard about something happened at Raw. Was that you?
He's like, God damn it.
Speaking of Ricky, isn't he friends with Cody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does he know why Cody's champion right now?
I don't ask those kinds of things.
Does anybody know why Cody's champion right now?
No, I don't think anybody knows. The only people who know are probably him and Cena.
Nothing makes sense.
I have a feeling.
What do you mean?
I mean that Cody is champion and it's doing nothing. Like there's no reason to watch him be champion. None of it makes sense. Why is he champion?
No, and there really wasn't any really weird reason why that whole Cena, oh my God, I'm the old John Cena again. There's no reason really for that.
That was the other thing that bothered me too. Like, I mean, to me, it's more the fucking Mark stuff. Like, don't try to fucking tell me to separate your fact from fiction and then use your kids. Talk about The Rock being creative. Talk about the boss backstage. Talk about let's just go back to how it was. Like, you're not blurring the lines of kayfabe, but you're just fucking talking out of both sides of your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, it to me comes off pretty disingenuous and stuff, you know?
If anything should have happened, I don't think we should have saw Brock Lesnar. I really don't. What they should have done was you need Dwayne back. Because
if you're gonna bring back Brock, but you brought him back for a little fucking one moment, and we haven't seen him since. Well, he's not announced until September.
It's like he's not gonna fucking do anything with Cena because Cena doesn't have a belt. Cena doesn't have anything to make it interesting. You know?
Here's the fucking problem though. Like again, in the fucking ethos of time, there has been good and bad, right? Yeah. And who do you want to win and who do you want to lose, right? It's always the good guy beats the bad guy. So if John Cena doesn't promo on Friday saying how regretful he is and all this shit, he continues to be the bad guy going into SummerSlam. And then when Cody beats the bad guy, then Cody beats the bad guy. He's a good guy beating a bad guy, right? That's logical, right? That makes sense? Okay. Yeah. After Cena loses as the bad guy, and Brock comes out and beats the shit out of him, and then Cena comes out and promos the same fucking promo that he did before SummerSlam, but after, do you not believe it more?
Yeah, it makes sense all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And I've criticized Charlotte and other wrestlers, not offhand, I can't remember, but like not protecting themselves within the character. This doesn't make sense for my character, right? This doesn't make sense for what I'm portraying. The fact that Cena didn't do that blows my mind. Yeah. Blows my mind.
And then he was on a panel thing at this con, and fucking someone asked him about the heel turn stuff, and he goes, "Yeah, it was a failure. He goes, it didn't work. It wasn't, everything I was saying was just bombing and all this stuff."
Because it was like fucking 15 years too late.
Right. And that's the whole point, is that like here I was getting shit on by everybody, in all my group chats who are loving this Cena fucking heel turn. I was like, this is a terrible heel Cena. It's not
horrible.
working. It doesn't make sense. You're just playing along because now we're trained that we have to play along.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the fucking heel turn, he goes, yeah, it wasn't working. It was a bomb. And everyone goes, yeah, it didn't quite click, but it was fun. No, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to take credit for both at that point. Like, just say, you know, it didn't bomb for me, or I was really into it. I bought in is one thing, but for them to agree with him now and disagree with me then is kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I bought it, and I enjoyed the ride that it was on, and I gave credit to the good and kind of waited for the bad to wash itself out. Yeah. And I don't think it was a failure. I think it had its success, but I can agree in the failure based on how it ended, right? If it ended the way that I just laid it out, then there's a better polish onto what the heel turn was. Yeah. But to your point earlier, they just gave up on it. It was like, yeah, fuck it, we're not going to do that anymore. And that's not wrestling. Yeah. That's not wrestling. They perform, we react. Stop telling us what's happening. I refuse to watch WWE Unreal. My son wanted to watch it the other day. Dad, can we watch it?
I saw it.
You can watch that shit in the playroom.
You know,
there's enough of everybody knowing everything. I don't need to know the nuance and everybody knowing everything.
But here's the thing with that. I wonder what's more scripted, that or Total Divas.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, because I've been hearing that there's a lot of like, yeah, they go heavy on the fucking Phil propaganda.
Yep. Yeah. I was like, this is fucking fake. This is some bullshit. I looked over at my fucking Colt Cabana doll. I'm like, yeah, bullshit, huh, dude? You're fucking an inanimate object and you already know this shit's fake. Anyways, yes. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was the only person I think that I saw on there that to me kind of felt remotely genuine for like maybe a hot minute was Charlotte for a hot minute. And then it went away. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. You know, but I don't know. I personally, I think that he had the opportunity if they were going to have him go heel when he did that little thing of fucking Dr. Thugonomics. When was it? Before, just slightly before pandemic?
Oh, when he came out for WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he came out and he got the promos, the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have gone back to watch. That was during the times where I was not watching WWE. But I heard he did it. So I went and watched it, and I was like, "Oh, that would get me back into watching WWE for sure."
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I think the best heel Cena we ever got was in the Firefly Funhouse during the pandemic.
Yeah,
like that portrayal of Bray talking about Cena in a negative way, I think made Cena look the most negative he ever looked. And I think even this felt like I'm going to play bad guy now and say a bunch of shit that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
until they gave up on it. Like you said, though, if they had just done the same exact thing a week later or 2 nights later, it would have been a lot harder for me to stand on that and say, yeah, that just wasn't that. But like you said, then for them to just give up and say, we're just giving up. Again, that's me feeling disrespected as a fan. Like, I feel like they're so disrespectful to fans right now with using their fucking social media and their people and then getting mad at people who don't understand the line. Don't wait for me at the fucking airport, which I don't like any of that shit. But the people who are all like, oh, respect me as a performer and leave me alone. And then you're also going to use your child to push a fucking kayfabe injury and shit. Yeah. Is like, if you're going to use your kid like that, then you can't talk shit about somebody who just knows you're landing in an airport. You know what I mean? Or someone who goes and stays at the same hotel. Like, you can't talk shit on those people and say that they're horrible and they're fans who don't get it. And then try to use your fucking the where's your sanctity, right? Well, if we're all trying to be respectful and like, yeah, this promo didn't work, so we're just gonna go ahead and drop it as a fucking kayfabe promo is like, what are you doing? Like,
my comment about like with the air, I don't know how fucking people do that because it's been at least a very, very long time. I'd say even pre 9/11 that you couldn't find out like who's on a flight manifest and whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's either you're looking at the airlines and seeing and just kind of assuming that, oh yeah, probably these ones because they're coming in from wherever. I'm like, no one got I don't have time for that shit. But the
Oh
hotels,
yeah, it's got to be like the Tampa flights or whatever.
yeah. But
Yeah.
my big thing is with the hotels, your travel people, and I will say this to y'all, I'm in that industry. Don't fucking book the same goddamn chains. Okay. We know, the travel managers and shit get a lot of kickback from these hotels. I know that, these hotel brands. I know. But don't fucking book in the same goddamn chains. Okay. I'm not going to go there and say, oh, yeah, this one books that. But, it's kind of obvious. Like, for example, I'm going to put AEW on Bass because I don't give a fuck. When they were in Jacksonville, they based themselves out of the fucking Hyatt Regency in Jacksonville. And they amassed so many World of Hyatt points that was the brand that they ended up picking, and everywhere they were at a Hyatt. Sure as shit. At the time I worked for Hyatt and I got comp. So yeah, when I was in Seattle, and I went to WrestleStream and whatever show it was, they were at my hotel, but I was going for free because I worked for Hyatt. So if someone wanted to talk shit to me, I'm like, well, you know what? I got comp here because I worked for Hyatt.
Mine was by chance. I didn't even know that that's where they stayed. I got Survivor Series tickets late, and that was the only hotel I can find a place, and it was in walking distance to the thing. So I got lucky. As soon as I walk in, there's Omos standing there, not as tall as I thought he was, and
they're never as tall as you think they are.
And Cesaro was wearing a face mask and a hood because it was still pandemic-ish. It was November 2021.
Yeah.
And you had to even show a Vax card to get in. So and Drew Gulak was there, and then I saw Sheamus, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. The next morning someone else was eating breakfast. I don't remember who. It might have been Omos again, but it was like it was all in circumstance, and then you realize like these motherfucker people. Yeah. Sheamus was so hungry, he ate a fucking TV dinner. He heated up in the microwave and took it up the elevator. I was like, there's zero chance I'm bothering this guy, but I need to be done for the night. So I'll ride the elevator with him, and that's it. I'm going to bed because like these guys are fucking people.
Yeah, they're people at the end of the day.
Yeah, the only time I ended up in a hotel with them was when WWE booked me a hotel with them. It was I got the travel package where like we're going to set you up with the hotel, and I was like the hotel. And as I'm checking in, I realized it's where all the talent's staying.
That's so dumb.
Wild.
That's so dumb. But anyway,
but it makes sense because that's actually it's supposed to be part of the experience, and they knew it. Even that's why they have the link now. Yeah, it was.
Because no, I'm saying no.
What he pays for is part of the experience.
But here's the thing, though. If I'm the talent, okay, and I'm taking this from the fucking having to work with these kind of people, right, on the back end, if they don't know, which they usually don't, like that, knows that, oh, these people in this package, they won't know. So they're gonna be these fucking fans like stock and whatever. They don't know.
They don't know who they don't why they started. Because I even said it after that thing was that it was be part of the deal, and they even said you're gonna be around them, and if you see them in the hotel bar or something, feel free to say hi. Like they know, they get it, right? But at the same
why
time,
would you do that? At the same time, because they're always bitching about, I don't like it when people come up to me in the hotel. I don't like it when,
Then don't go down to the downstairs bar. Go to the upstairs bar where the other people don't have access. They knew. Yeah. Rey Mysterio knew. Like Rey Mysterio was waving people over and talking about how, he was told there are going to be fans who are staying in the hotel who spent thousands of dollars. Just be nice for 10 minutes or less, right? Yeah. For 30 seconds, be nice.
For some people, it's not even 30 seconds. But anyways.
Oh, yeah. And most of them weren't even nice. You know what I mean? But the other thing I was trying to say was that after that trip, I even sent them a thing. They're like, hey, what do you think could be better? I was like, a fucking lanyard. So they knew I wasn't some fucking dude who's just waiting downstairs with a bunch of 8x10s because I didn't have any of that. And, a couple of dudes, I was like, hey, let me buy you a drink. And they're like, sure. And we hung for a little bit. But a bunch of them were like, they just think that everyone's there to stock. And it's like, no, we paid for a package where we get to interact a little bit. Yeah. Right. And so there's a certain, they didn't do anything to kind of protect that, to make it look like, hey, look, these are the guys who you're supposed to be nice to. You guys are being creepy. And right after that, they started giving out the lanyards and stuff. And they tell you, hey, we're there, keep it on. But outside of that, like I ended up on a flight with a bunch of talent once because I was flying from Florida to Phoenix. and I was going to go to that SmackDown that night, and I didn't even think about it at the time, how much of the talent lives in Florida. But I'm sitting there at the gate, and there's fucking Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Baron Corbin, Big E, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was so blown away by it. And then when we land, everyone's fucking stacked over by the fucking baggage claim, and I was like, oh shit, that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, no wonder they're all trying to avert their eyes from everybody. They don't know who's a fucking just general person who appreciates what they do and who's people who are fucking trying to take advantage of them, you know?
I had that with some of these guys in the Indies. It was when Mania was in New Orleans, because obviously I didn't do anything WWE. I was only going to like WrestleCon and all that bullshit. And it was funny because I get off my plane, I'm changing in Dallas. And next thing I know is, I know you. And I turn around and was like, fucking Jeff Cobb. I'm like, whoa, you're stalking me. Like, where are you? I said, please tell me you're not going to New Orleans. He's like, duh, I know you're going there. And then we go, we're talking, and then we sit down, and then all of a sudden fucking Timothy Thatcher comes over and all these other I'm like, this is like the fucking indie whatever. And this dude, there was a dude with like I guess it was like one of his friends or something, or I don't know if they were a couple. I couldn't tell, but they had their WWE shit on, and I'm sitting there like, I bet you those two dudes don't even know who the fuck all these dudes are. You will one day, but I'm pretty sure you don't know. I was thinking that myself, and yeah, they didn't come up to them, and I thought that was funny. I laughed to myself. I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, like when I went on, got my seat, who sits right next to me? Jeff Cobb. I'm like, you're in the middle, dude. Do you want the window? I don't care. He goes, no, I don't want to inconvenience you. I said, bruh, fucking here, I'll sit in the middle. It's all good. Yeah. And then no one showed up on the seat. So I said, look, the middle is free. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's kind of nice to do that. There are some people it's very uncomfortable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know people who actually will upgrade their flight to first class because they know someone might be sitting up there. That's kind of creepy. That's creepy. But
I've never, no one in my life or in my fandom of anything is that important for me to do. I just can't imagine chasing that like that. I truly haven't even met that many celebrities, you know, like I've seen some, I've, you know, been to concerts and shows, and I've had transformative experiences in other ways where I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening. Mm-hmm. But there's zero chance I'm going to do any of that travel arrangement shit on purpose to try to gain some type of incredibly awkward access. Not doing it.
No. And I feel like almost like, man, I should change where I'm staying at for a Survivor Series, only because I'm like, yeah, that's a hotel they'd probably stay at. But I only was doing it because I'm like, I don't want to fucking try to take Uber everywhere and Lyft because it's all going to be at surge the whole time. So I'm like, okay, it's just right here. So what, a block and a half, not even. So I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, but you're also not doing it to go with a duffel of merch so to make sure you get it all signed and shit. You know, you're doing it.
How do you not know that I'm not going to bring like a fucking bag full of fucking Ricky Starks and Ricky Saints bullshit?
Well, because you guys will actually hang out together. But the idea of doing that just for the sake of gaining access, like it's unbelievable to me. I don't get, like, yes, when I was a kid, probably even into like 19, 20, 21 years old, I would try to go to baseball games as early as possible to get up front to try to get something signed because that was cool to me. And those are, you know, those superheroes that you grow up on and shit. And I get that with wrestling too. Yeah. But even when the first house show that we went to, we sat front row. I got a fist bump from Apollo Crews and his hand was cold. And I'm like, that was pretty fucking cool. Yeah. But I wasn't going to wait outside to make sure I get an autograph as they're leaving the tunnel. And I'm good, man. Like that was enough for me.
Exactly. Like that's how, I don't know if he still does it, but like I know like certain shows, Cody used to fucking go around the whole front row and like, you know, take pictures with people, sign shit. But he's like, if you're taking a picture, you got to have it already ready. So as many people could get access to him. But it's like cool to do it because you'll never see Phil Brooks do that bullshit. He's like, I'm out. Bye. Can I have a muffin? you know, like as he's going to the back, like, who's got my muffins? You know, right? Come on, people. But, you know, it's like, hey, these guys, you know, they fucking put, you know, their pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. You know, there's nothing like special to it, you know. And that's the beauty that I miss about when ROH was at Sam's Town, because holy crap, like those were like some fucking, like you could walk around and see just, and everyone was cool, but you could see like so much fucking random ass shit. Like I was always like, whoa, if you ever want a good time, watch the Briscoes drink. I'm like, oh, that's a good time. Every time it's funny. I'm like, you don't even have to go near there, you know, just stuff like that. But, you know, but people don't know how to behave. So that's the other thing too.
Very true.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, so Marsh, if I gave you another match to watch, you're probably not going to watch it.
I mean, if it sounds like a match, I know what it's going to look like.
Can I tell you what it is?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the two of them wrestled. Hammerstone versus Marty Scurll.
No kidding.
Now that's what I said too. I'm like, Marty, when the fuck did you wrestle Hammerstone? He goes, this year. I go, where? And he goes, in Canada. I'm like, fuck Canada. Jesus
Canada?
Christ. Yeah. And he laughed at me.
Who was the heel?
Good question. I haven't seen it yet, but he told me where to go look for it. And I was like, yes, he and I then had like a fucking half-hour conversation about it. Like, I think it was a week ago. And it was before he went to Japan. And I was like, holy fuck. I go, fucking, I love Hammerstone. I said, can't wait to tell Marsh, because I said, we're all like big Hammerstone people. So I don't want to say he's friend of the show. I know he's watched it a couple times here and there, but I can't say he is. But I said, we love him. And I didn't know you wrestled him. Because I was like, you know who I would love to see you wrestle? This was just out of the fucking blue. And I said, Hammerstone. Do you know him? And he goes, well, I actually just did wrestle him recently. And I'm like, what?
That's pretty cool.
Why do you people not tell me these things? See, that's why if you guys can, if some people, because there are, like we were talking about Del Rio, some people do kind of want him back. I think it's time. It's been time. Joey Ryan, I get it. I get it with that all that.
Oh, that's when fucking JBL showed up.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, JBL knocked the shit out of Marty Scurll.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't realize that was the match. Did not realize that.
Yeah, that was November 2024. I remember that now. But yeah, we got that match. I'm looking and I'm seeing a bunch of other.
Yeah. But yes,
was that for Maple Leaf Pro?
I think so. It might have been.
Let me see. It looks like
that or Santino's whatever Santino's promotion is.
Oh, right. He's got.
I don't
think it's Destiny. I think it's Destiny Wrestling, maybe.
I don't know. It wasn't Alpha One, that I do know. Definitely was on Alpha One. Even though I know that Ethan Page would book Marty, but I know it was not Alpha One.
It's a little hard to tell, but I think it might be Destiny Wrestling.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But no, that was a nice little surprise. And then Marty was in Japan. Get well soon. Fat ass Masa. I think he had a stroke. I have not confirmed that. That's just
that's a bummer.
He called him a fat ass.
That's his nickname, is Fat Ass Masa.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, that's his nickname. That if you're, I know you don't watch BTE, never did, but yeah, he's one of those sponsors in Japan. He owns a bar, whatever. So he like sponsors a lot of the wrestlers that come out there.
Yeah, so, Cody did a bunch of shit with him.
Yeah, Fat Ass
back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Cody did. Yeah, a lot of people. I think there were pictures of. Gosh, I wonder if I have to ask Roy. No, I don't think Roy's ever met him. But my God, him and Roy would. But Roy knows everybody, so
yeah, I'd be surprised just because how Roy is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Although shockingly enough, he just met Ray's daughter for the first time.
I know.
He's known Ray since like the fucking 90s.
Yeah,
and he's known Dom since he was a baby, but he just met his daughter for the first time. I was like, I don't fucking get that.
I thought that was weird when he said that. I'm like, but I thought you and Ray go back.
Yeah.
Even you and Dom. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, all right. Okay. I mean, not judging or anything, but you know, but yeah,
It's just wild. It just means coincidentally it's never occurred, right? But it's just nuts.
It was interesting to see like Marty was in Japan with Davy Boy Smith Jr., Harry Smith, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Again, I was like, oh, I said, I forgot that, you know, you're like friends with Harry and stuff. He goes, oh, do you know Harry? I said, yeah. I said, known him for a bit. He's an interesting cat. Interesting cat.
Was there anything else that you were trying to cover? Because I feel like we kind of ran through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit. I
Trinity.
mean, Trinity, that's a great thing. Again, you know, like Ricky, that was probably the most awful match I've ever seen you do. And I've seen a lot of Ricky Starks matches. That was pretty fucking bad. That was pretty bad.
They're running him into the ground there. I don't know if I can get it.
You know, it's interesting. It's like they'll have him wrestle 1 week and then he's off for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, what's his diva schedule?
But they're having him wrestle like the worst of the worst.
I know. And that's where it's pissing me off because I'm like, you deserve so much more. And it's almost like I know you don't want to fucking piss people off because also at the same time too, you also don't want fucking, you know, that people also are like, well, you know, you're Cody's friend. So you're golden, you know. So he also has to kind of walk that line. And it's like, dude, you need to not. Yeah, you need to.
Doesn't mean they have to shit on him that way, but.
Well, I mean, they do. People are like that. People are fucking petty, you know? So, like, and I'm like, please, and I'm pretty positive now. And I'm waiting for him to say, but he'll never tell me it, that I was right about Phil because he had made a comment to me. And I'm like, yep.
Does Phil like pretend like he's never heard of him?
No. Phil's kind of, he's like, oh, you're right. I said, yeah, Phil's fucking fake.
No.
I fucking told you that. You know, fucking don't try to fucking go up his ass. He's not gonna do shit for you. Or if he does, he's gonna expect you to fucking bend over.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't kiss his ring, then he's got
you don't kiss his ring, fuck it. Yeah, and I know you. You know, no. So just be careful of whom. I said Cody should have told you that. Be careful who, you know, who you lie in bed with. He should have told you that. Come on, that's rule number 1. I could have told you. Well, I tried to tell you that, but who am I? I'm just a person who knows people.
Bishop, was there something else that you wanted to hit on at all?
No, I kind of came on tonight as a personal favor to myself. I recorded an episode earlier today of Just Terrible Wrestling Takes because tomorrow will be officially 5 years of the Terrible Wrestling Takes podcast.
Wow.
So I know. Thank you so much. And I know I think I've done more wrestling on the rocks than I have Terrible Wrestling Takes over the last 2 or 3 years. But that's not a problem for me because it's always about the conversation. But the things that I talked about on the show weren't even anything that was touched here, and the things that were touched here is not on the show. So I knew that I can come on and talk about it. I just have to finish editing, you know, some spots, and then I'll be posting it tomorrow because tomorrow is the official 5-year start date. August 21st, 2020 is when I started the show, and I'm excited, man. I know, you know, Marsh and I, we've talked on and off screen about, you know, how kind of just the product is, but it is an art form we enjoy. Yes. And it is fun to experience moments like, you know, Trinity's promo. And as someone who's had a child and gone through that experience, I laid out some of my personal experiences in life on the Terrible Wrestling Takes that have happened over Naomi's situation as a character that people were posting about. And I kind of, you know, brought it to the personal level because when you see that represented in the art, that's why I think we all agreed, like, her staying in character to deliver this really cool information was so much fun. And it really was like a great moment in wrestling because, like, even Becky's was I'm gonna leave here so I can go be a mom, like was
Mm-hmm.
definitely a cool moment. And Asuka opened up the briefcase and the belt was in there. Like that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, and not that it needs to be, but this was better, you know,
Yeah.
like this was even cooler because Naomi wanted to keep that character so fucking bad because that's how important it was to her. I don't even remember any matches from Raw, right? Like I just
Yeah.
don't, and that's okay. Like, so I want to keep talking wrestling. I want to keep, you know, having these conversations with you guys and by myself as well. I mean, I did an hour and 13 minutes earlier with just myself, just talking shit because it's fun for me. I enjoy it. So, so yeah, just that's it. I wanted to come on and chat with you guys about what you wanted to talk about, and you know, it's always fun. So thank you for having me as always at TW Takes Podcast, twtakes.com. 5 years in the books, at least 5 more to come.
Yeah. The only thing I was going to ask about it all, and I only want like a quick like one shot, just because I don't understand where the rumor came from or not, but there's a big rumor swirling now that Jericho might be on his way back to WWE.
I saw that.
Which I could have sworn he'd signed some like 10-year contract like 2 years ago or some shit. Like he said that he was wrapped up until he's 60 something. So I don't know where the rumor came from, how legitimate it is. But if I'm honest, even the thought of it, I just kind of go, all right. Like I don't think I'm excited about the idea of if that's true or not. I think it's so static at this point.
He's done nothing over there to make me want to watch him over there, which has always been the thing about releases and otherwise is will I continue to support you? So everything that I've tuned into, it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
But I could see some type of agreement to put him in the Hall of Fame, and that's about it. Yeah. That's the only thing I would tune in for, because when he did the Broken Skull sessions, I thought it was a great chat between two buddies in wrestling, and it
was cool.
And they walked both lines because he's Chris Jericho. He's not, you know, Cody Rhodes and Stardust, right? He was talking about one person, Chris Jericho, and his experience. It was awesome. Yeah, do the same thing for WWE Hall of Fame and call it a day. That's it. That's the only thing I ever want to see Chris Jericho do again, is going to the Hall of Fame.
I think so too.
If I'm not mistaken, though, he had probably about maybe, I don't know, at the beginning he had signed some long contract. However, I think that it was probably rumblings about a year or so ago that there was just something that there was just something going on that he wasn't quite happy. Because look at the Jericho cruise, for example. The next one is not until October of next year. My safe bet that that's not going to happen again. It's probably not, with it being scheduled that far out. So I'm pretty sure that, especially after this learning tree bullshit, people are so fucking sick of him over there. You haven't seen him on TV in a long time. And I don't know if it's because like Fozzie's touring or whatever, but it's just people just are sick of it.
Do you think maybe he got Bret Harted when Bret Hart did that 10-year contract?
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, and then they were like, you know what, we got to rewrite this and kind of let you go because it's not going to work.
Yeah, because especially if Tony Khan is losing so much money, and he already has dumped a lot of money into a lot of people, that's one big one that, you know what, we can just kind of settle out, let it go, and hey, you know, we don't need you really anymore, because the fact of the matter is they don't.
And with what we've seen him do in AEW, is there even a final match you would want to see him in? Like, what's a final program that would even seem like worthwhile? I can't think of anybody who's there now. I mean, maybe for the sake of it, for the ease of it, and because what the fuck else is everyone doing? You could do a little Cody story, a little 6-month retirement story with Cody, and then Cody sends him out to pasture, and then he goes in the Hall of Fame. It could make sense. I don't think I'd be excited for it, though.
No, but
I can't think of anybody else. I mean, KO would make sense, but he's out for a while. He's hurt. Yeah. And I don't think I'd want to see that revisited either, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Honestly, there really isn't anybody anywhere, period. I think it's just more of, dude, you know, you come back. Sometimes you look fit. Sometimes you look like just a fucking blob of mess. And, you know, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not even when he looks fit, he's not executing anywhere near what he used to. And and look, I was a Lionheart fan and then when he did Y2J, I bought into some of it, but then it just got too Seth Rollins obnoxious, and I just didn't like it. And then as he started comparing himself to the GOATs, you know, that whole revisionist history is my favorite thing, that when he brags about the undisputed title, just Stone Cold going, yeah, we didn't need it, so we said fucking give it to Jericho. Like, you didn't win that shit. They decided to let you have that. Like, me and Rock were like, yeah, it's fine, we don't need it. Like, so
I think that's an interesting one. But
yeah,
and
but
even the other interesting rumor about fucking John Moxley.
Oh, that he might come back?
Yeah.
There's a lot you could do with him still, I think.
There is still a lot you can do. But here's the thing, though, is it's like, well, all right. I think with him, he really got the short end of the deal over at AEW, because when everything happened with Phil, he said he needed a break. He wanted a break. Didn't get it because he had to carry the company. That was pretty much his assignment.
That's right. Every time Punk got hurt, Moxley came back to re-carry the company. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And I think that and ever since, he's carried that fucking company. Now there's other people that are there to carry the company, and they still have had him carry the company. So when you're saying that, oh yeah, we want Swerve Strickland to be, you know, that's the guy. Well, Moxley's fucking carrying the company, right?
If Dean came back, he's the perfect foil for the top of the card, because the top of the card is all of his contemporaries, the people he left and built this new age of WWE. Was built with Dean Ambrose. He might not have been the top star, but he helped build where Roman is today. He helped build Seth where he is today. He helped KO build where he is today. Like, that was all part of the Dean Ambrose character. That's why I didn't like losing him. I wanted him to stay. You know,
he helped a lot with the Punk story too. Like, you're right. Everyone on the top.
Yeah. And that's something that would be a perfect fit to come back. But he's been so adamant about that creative freedom that he gets to express his, because honestly, and he's admitted this, he's a fucking psychopath, and he needs to go through these things for outlets, and he doesn't get that opportunity in WWE. Like, I don't fault him for not coming back, but if he did, he'd be in the perfect professional position.
But look where he's at now. That's not anything creative. That fucking bullshit with that whole fucking the Death Rider bullshit.
Yeah, but in 2 weeks, he'll be allowed to have a fucking testicle on a pole match with barbed wired fucking everything, and be able to bleed 12 quarts of blood because he can. And that's what I mean. Like, his ability to do the most absurd shit. He's like, his first match there was with Kenny Omega through a bed of barbed wire. It's like
exploding.
Oh, that one was fucking. Oh,
I think it's funny is, as much as I want to say he's carried the company for a long time, he's one of the longest reigning champions, and you don't have any pictures of him with the title because he had it in a little fucking briefcase and didn't show it for a year.
Pre one of those title
runs.
Yeah.
When he had a shorter title run, but the one that's supposed to mean the most and have the title wasn't even on TV. So it's hard for me to like really say, oh, he's been carrying the company for a year, when he's refused to allow, I mean, kayfabe or not, I don't fucking know. He's refused to allow the championship to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all like, okay, like, it's hard for me to look at you like a fucking guy who's carrying the company when you're the champion and you show up for work without it, right? Like, you were complaining about Cody one time being out in a suit without the title.
Yeah.
One time. This guy did it for fucking 8 months.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I'm sure that was like creative expression. Really.
That's my gut too, is that he thought it was it was his creative to be like, what if I never had the title on me? You're like, well,
let's let Marina carry it in a fucking briefcase that's handcuffed to her. Yeah. Let's raise her stock that way. But yes. So one last thing as we part. Karrion Kross has booked his first indie back on the
Vegas.
No.
Oh.
Booked it with Defy.
Nice.
September 19th. I'm excited that I was very shocked that he went there first and not FSW. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel that I don't think he would have gone back there first. I think there would have been other places that he would go. I will probably bet that he'll be on a staple on Bloodsport.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That would be great. I mean,
Yeah.
that match was incredible. That whole Bloodsport at the Collective this last year was amazing, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
Yeah,
There was
he's
no
gonna do cool shit.
Yeah, he's gonna do cool shit.
Look, a tiny preview into tomorrow's episode. One of the Terrible Wrestling takes was about Karrion Kross, and I said it the last time on episode 1. I said you wouldn't be surprised if Kross isn't back in the company, because we want Kross, the matches happen, and then there's crickets again, and then they yell we want Kross, and you get this pocket of 10,000 Twitter people saying, we want Kross. So it looks like it's a movement, but it just wasn't. And this isn't shade for even how much I'm not much of a Kross fan, but when you get that kind of love and it doesn't translate to the masses of what's watching, then going to a Defy or the Blood Sports and things like that, where you have these smaller venues where that concentrated energy fuels your performance, he needs it. He needs it. And when he gets it, the internet's going to go crazy again. How can WWE, drop the ball on this guy? And also, no, they gave him the opportunity, and it looked exactly how it was going to look when he performs on that stage.
Yeah.
And that's been my issue with Kross. It looks the way it looks when he performs on that stage, and the results are right there. Take what you see on TV. Other people can do it, and it doesn't translate for him. So you know what? Hey, here we go.
Yeah.
And when he goes and does these things, good for him. I hope he finds that success again. But he's just not a big stage performer in how he presents himself. He's much better with these smaller pockets, and that'll be good for him. And he's gonna find success. Fucking Cardona talks about it all the time on how he can make so much money doing all these things. That success is there for him. Yeah.
Making more. And I think that with Kross too, because Defy is one of those WWE ID approved indies that any guys and gals can work for. And also GCW is the same way, because you see Marcus Mathers quite often on GCW, that he's kind of still in that cycle. If you look at it, but the common person wouldn't know that. Just some idiot like me would know that it's a conspiracy.
Well, he should be, right? He should be, and that's where, like, when these released talents get shitty about things, like. Call it what you want. People think it's collusion, all that shit with Dana Brooke and Nick Nemeth going to TNA. No. Turns out it's not, right? And they get their tiny little moment in NXT, and then they go back to TNA, and they go have their fun. Yeah. And go do your thing. But to your point, working adjacently to WWE and helping those talents succeed, I would imagine, by someone who has had pride working in places and those people still impacting your lives, when they do get a chance to wrestle WWE talent, they go, you know what? That's going to help them get better. Yeah. That's going to help them do that thing that I used to love, that I used to strive for. So you know what? It's their turn. Good for them. And if Kross has that ability too, then by all means, fucking do it, man. Because even when you mentioned Bloodsport, it's perfect for him, right? And what's Bloodsport been over the last couple of years? WWE hops right over there, does their thing, and helps them out. So is someone from WWE going to come over and challenge Kross? Like, imagine the promotion for that one.
Exactly.
WWE's going to promote that shit too. It's going to be all over the timelines. Like, it's a good thing. It might not be good for his pocketbook from a certain perspective, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, he should thrive in that.
I think
he also might be, like Cardona's talked about, he makes more money yearly now than he did as a Raw talent.
Yeah.
Because the merch is there and it's higher and stuff. And Kross and him are pals. Like, there's just, it seems to me like that if he's not cut out for WWE from whoever's perspective, his or theirs or anything, that this is kind of the best way to leave that company, with the chance going off a hot program. Book just barely coming out to published. Like, this is a really hot time for him to be amongst the people who really fucking want to see him.
Absolutely. You know? And I think that there are enough promotions that are out there. I don't see him like indie promotions that are, you know, still pretty viable out there in some major markets that, you know, he would be beyond successful.
What's that one in Chicago that always has Sam Adonis?
AAW,
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was that other one.
Yeah, there's AEW. It's not
What was the other one, Marsh?
Didn't Warrior Wrestling?
Yeah, that one. That's the one I was thinking of.
Which one?
Warrior Wrestling.
Oh, they haven't done Warrior Wrestling in forever.
But he was on like every card, and all the big names were coming through to wrestle Sam Adonis in it. So like, you know, but
Warrior was one where the last wave of indies that it kind of killed it because there really wasn't a lot of good people that people would pay money for.
Gotcha.
And Tony Khan wasn't letting some people do Warrior Wrestling. So
people were getting pulled from cards last minute a couple times.
And they couldn't sustain it.
But yeah, there's a scene out there, and it's all I can think about when you're talking about that, Amanda, about how many promotions are across the U.S. just for that concentration of fans to go and support him. It's really gonna work. It's really
if he comes out here, I'm going.
Yeah. Right. I would bet money that the collective this next year, he has some kind of show, or even before then, that GCW gives him his own kind of show that he'll book. I have a feeling that's going to happen. I strongly feel that. I would love to go see Cross at Defy, but unfortunately, that's GCW in LA the same day, the same night.
Oh,
so I'm like, I gotta pick either one.
I think it's supposed to be a big one for Stackhouse.
Yeah, and I have not met Sam yet. God damn it! Like the collective week, we just kind of were like, you know, like fuck.
Did you get your Size Matters shirt to wear to the show?
I'm gonna get it to wear.
You've been saying that for 3 months.
I've been saying a lot of things for months. I've also been saying that what was the one I was saying? That, you know, Ricky Saints has all these shirts and I was going to get them, but no, I'm waiting for them to be 30% off again. So I'm waiting. But yes. No. And then, by the way, I really should have waited because you know what? That fucking stupid Chase. God, that got devalued so hardcore.
Oh, the Darby?
The Darby. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. No one gives a shit anymore.
Fuck. But I did get it for 85 with the shipping. So that's okay. But now I saw one for 40. And I'm like, really? God damn. There's one out there that was autographed, but I can get that. Mine autographed.
Yeah. But, well, all right.
All right,
we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah.
As wrestling prices us out.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know. I wonder if Ricky's not going to have a match next week or if he's going to have a match with Josh Briggs and it's going to be fucking just as awful. God, it's like, give him the microphone, okay? He had a little thing he was doing with fucking Deaf Boy.
Yeah.
The one that I told him
really,
yeah.
Hey, that's Mr. Vakir to you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's Mr. Vakir. Sorry.
That's Mr. Vakir to you.
That's right. So sorry, dude. So sorry.
The producer lady saw him for the first time and he started talking. She looked at me and I was like, no, he's actually deaf. She was like, oh, thank God. She fucking was so afraid they just had him fucking do the voice or some shit. And I was like, no.
Eugene character.
Well, I did. I got suckered. I really did thought he was fucking Randy Orton's son. I really did.
Is he not?
Someone said he wasn't. Did you tell me he wasn't?
I don't
know. But the guy has the same fucking eyes. The fucking same build. When he wears those same fucking black generic looking trunks. I don't know.
See.
But that's Mr. Vakir, and boy,
yes,
bravo to him.
Bravo,
dude. Bravo.
Hey, Miles Bourne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles Bourne.
Yeah. Bravo,
Is
dude.
Is he married to Stephanie's Vacor's name Jaden?
I didn't
Supposedly him and Stephanie Vakir are dating.
They are married? Or are they just dating?
I don't know.
I know.
Unless he recently got divorced.
Because
You never know.
him and him and Lexus King were going back and forth about, and like they were talking shit, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with my hot, I don't know, Puerto Rican or Spanish or
Chilean.
Well, no, that's Miles Bourne responded back with, "I'm gonna hang out with my hot Chilean girlfriend," or whatever it was. So, but Marsh, I got to get out of here.
All right, guys.
You called last call and then you left,
Yep.
and then we kept
So,
talking
guys,
because Amanda
thanks.
can't shut up.
Yeah.
You
Thanks.
guys think?
Yeah. Thanks for another episode 1. Blah blah blah. Last call.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers.